Hello, everybody, to the second episode. Didn't think I'd get this far with the Enemy Controller podcast with your usual host, me, and Bottles. And we don't have a special guest, but he sure is special to me. Not really. Is Peter. You probably know him as I hate saying his fucking name. It's Days for Days on Twitter and on other social platforms.
Can I just say that you're the one who called him special, yet we just went through like 20 minutes of you trying to figure out like how a computer works.
It was two minutes of me trying out Audacity because I'm not on my phone.
Maybe on recording, yes, but before that
we were just shooting the shit. What are you talking about?
You were downloading it. No, whatever.
Oh, it was really funny, but I'm not on my phone today.
I had to download Audacity. I had to send you the link to the website, and then I had to send you the link to the download.
Well, because I didn't think because the download looked so sketchy. Like, why would I want to download something from...
Fair enough.
Midway through this podcast, Bill's gonna get a virus.
We're not a minute through anything. Shut your mouth. No, I just have notes for, I guess, people, and Peter's has a note under it, and it's fucking great.
Okay.
Richard is fat rich. It's funny.
Oh,
Juan's also. Oh god. It's funny.
All right. So let's get into the main topic that we're gonna talk about.
The main topic was I was gonna ask you how your guys' week's been. Like, what you guys been doing?
I've been just editing.
Editing? That's it? Nothing crazy?
Nah,
I've been playing games, doing art, getting shit.
Well, yeah. Well, what games are you playing? Like, there we go.
Well, we were gonna talk about it. So I went with Final Fantasy VII Remake. I actually went back and played Sonic 3 and K. I also went and played Portal 1 and 2.
That's cool. Actually, that's kind of cool. How was Sonic and Knuckles?
I actually got Supersonic like 3 levels in, and then Hypersonic 2 levels into the second half.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I think.
I'm just too powerful at the games at this point.
You're too good at Blue Sphere now.
It made the entire rest of the game so easy.
Yeah, actually, speaking of Sonic, I did see something on Twitter the other day that was like a Sonic fan animation and a Kirby one, but the Kirby one got taken off because Nintendo kind of sucks a little bit.
The Sonic YouTube channel commented on the Sonic one like,
bro,
awesome
sick.
job.
They're like, yo, that's so good, and then Nintendo's like, get out of here.
Oh fuck! I just had the thought in my head. God damn it! Oh no, it's the photo of like Genesis does what Nintendo, and if you rearrange the letters, it's just Neon Genesis Evangelion, right? Oh, the Genesis. Whatever shall we do with
congratulations.
You won.
It's my pen impression.
Oh man.
There's a penguin in there. I don't know why there is one. But no, that's cool.
That's true. I don't know why there's a penguin in Evangelion either.
Dude, it's Evangelion. You're not supposed to really understand, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. I don't understand the fucking plot.
I have not watched a single episode of Evangelion.
Alright, so it's a wild ride of emotions, of understanding,
of people jerking off on other people.
That's in the movies,
I know about that
actually.
part.
That's in the end of Evangelion movies.
Yeah, but it's a continuation of the anime.
Alright, yeah, but like, hold that. It's just, I devoted too much time to this show overall. Cause you're like, oh, cool, mechas, right? And then you're like, halfway and you're like, oh no.
It had some of the best mecha animation of its time.
But they're not mecha, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, you're right.
It's terrifying. They're people. I think
they're organic.
They're
Wait,
people.
What? I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they have teeth.
Yeah,
dude, it's fucking nuts. I mean, they tell you. I think in episode. I think they tell you episode like 6 or 7. They're like, yeah. By the way, Avas aren't robots, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. For at least what I've seen, it's like the angels that they were able to build over essentially and control, and those are the Evangelions.
Yeah, like the fucking
so they're technically the same things they're fighting, they're just
they're like actual, if you like, well, specifically the one that Shinji pilots is it's his mom's, right? And, like, it's his actual, like, his mom's soul is in the angel or whatever the fuck it is.
But also, one of the characters is just a clone of his mom.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's my favorite. Well, I think I'm gonna burp real quick.
And she's one of the love interests.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sorry for that. My favorite is, if you haven't listened to it,
Zooey mama.
it's the clip of Ray in the water and Fly Me to the Moon's playing, and it's Shinji's voice actor, going like, all right, well, what do I do? Where do I go?
Yeah.
Does the bus run through here? It's really funny if you haven't listened to it.
I love that audio so much.
Did you ever watch the video of him at a convention, and he goes on a date, he takes a girl home, and she's like, oh, what's that? And he's like, oh, I voiced that show, and you're like, oh, can I rewatch it? He's like, oh, all right.
I've not seen that.
So he puts it on, and she's like, well, who do you voice? He's like, I voice the main character. She's like, really? And all he does is go, yeah, and he's in his Shinji voice as he does it. So day two, I don't think happened, but it was really funny. I love that. Who voiced?
Imagine if someone asked you to do that voice in bed.
Oh my god! Could you imagine doing any voice? Could you imagine voicing a Japanese teenager with abandonment issues on the first date, right? Hey, my dad doesn't love me. Just another day.
By the way, Phil, have you been watching the new Digimon Adventure reboot?
Oh, how's that? How's that going?
It's okay. The pacing's weird. They did Omnimon in the second episode.
Omnimon.
But they still did. It's like a fresh start. They introduce Tai and Matt to their Digimon, and then they do Omnimon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's how good.
But I think it's because they did War Game, which was the first movie, or the Japanese movie first. They did the Diaboromon stuff with the different Digimon, of course.
Oh, okay.
They did a whole thing, and they what I think they're going for, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, this pacing's weird. That's too fast." But I think what they're gonna go for, character-wise, is that they're gonna make Tai and Matt want to work towards Omnimon again, since when they first do it, it's like a crisis.
Okay, that's cool.
And I think that's what they're gonna. If they do it again in four episodes from now, I'm just gonna be pissed at them.
I really wanted to go back and kind of refresh my memory of Digimon, because fucking Digimon's so cool. Actually,
it doesn't hold up in places.
Well, I could imagine, but it's still cool.
But what does hold up in every place is Tamers. Go back and watch Tamers.
Oh yeah, because Tamers is just Ava.
Tamers is amazing.
Well, yeah, but it's just Ava. I think what's his face worked on. I feel like I want to feel that what's his face.
Also, Guillemot. Also, it's just the English dub people trying to catch on to the trend that is Lilo and Stitch at the time when they did the dub.
Yeah.
And Guillemot
is
just
Stitch. With what's his face?
I don't like Lilo and Stitch because Lilo's a brat.
What do you say?
Wait, Phil, did you see that?
See what?
Someone went on. I'm not gonna get into it because we did it in a recording session we did with Dragon Ball Z Kakarot recently.
Oh.
But there was someone on Tumblr that did a whole
that could only end so well.
Phil, it was this person that's opinion of Lilo and Stitch was that it's the worst Disney movie because apparently Lilo, for being a 6-year-old child whose parents died, is a fucking brat who isn't mature. Just to boil down the hot take for you.
Damn, people really be out here, huh?
And I'm just like, she's 6 every fucking step of the way. And then they get the message completely wrong in the Tumblr post, the message of, Ohana means never leave family behind and whatnot. They get the entire message of that wrong. And I literally said in a recorded session for Kakarot, I was just like, if you want this movie to be like every other movie before it, then you have no taste.
Oh my god.
I fucking went ham.
It's actually kind of funny. Speaking of Lilo and Stitch, I actually saw a video on Twitter that was the original, and where what's her sister's name again? Nani?
Yeah, Nani.
Not Nani. Okay. Where she's chasing her and she hides in the laundry room. In the original, yeah, it's a laundry room and she's in a washing machine. In the Disney Plus version, apparently it's different.
What?
Yeah, and she's
hiding
in a weird pizza box thing And I'm like, but what happened to the washing machine?
Because they didn't want her hiding. Because May models, that remind me. Remember what Sonic says, where Sonic's like, "Don't hide in washing machines." It's the same thing.
Because that was like a thing.
Yeah, it was
for
a
like
thing.
a while.
It was a thing going on. But I guess Disney was like, "We don't want that show," and even though they made the movie.
Yeah.
It's
Like
so...
on Disney Plus, there's another thing that happened. Wait, hold on. With Disney Plus, there was another thing with the Tom Hanks movie Splash on Disney Plus.
Tom Hanks.
There's it's a movie essentially where Tom Hanks meets a mermaid. But towards the end of the movie, she's like, throughout the movie, she ends up being like with human legs. Towards the end of the movie, I guess she goes back to the sea. I didn't really watch it, but this is what I was.
Is that the Disney one where the kid's a mermaid?
No, I think you're thinking of a slightly different one, but of the
I
same
know.
Of, like,
Oh yeah, so here's the photo. Actually, I just found it. I'm gonna post it in our little thing because we're on Discord, and there it is. It's so.
Wait.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Why is it like some? Why does she keep like a pizza box like perfectly in like?
Dude, I don't know why they even changed it.
What?
I don't know.
I can't see it because because my fucking Discord's like screwed up in a weird way.
You have to click the general thing that isn't the same.
Yeah, come on, man.
There we go.
Make
No, because it was weird because it was right out of the stream. What the heck?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I see. So it's a pantry with a pizza box in it.
But what? But why?
In the middle of the laundry room, by the way. It just replaced the dryer. They have a washer with no dryer.
They have a washer and a pizza box.
Yeah, no. My problem, because like my problem is here. I mean, like, granted, they could just like. No, wait, no. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, I mean, like, I guess they wash their clothes in like a bucket of water, but then what's the point of having the dryer? Like, that's my problem here. Is it just doesn't make any sense.
So you don't have to dry it in a bucket of air.
Yeah, no, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
No, because the washer's right next to it in the original shot, and therefore the washer's there here.
Oh, yeah.
But she literally, which means that now they have to only air dry their clothes.
Yeah, that's
no.
That's what I don't understand.
No,
like, I just don't know why they changed it. It just blows my mind that they took. And what's funnier is that you could watch The Simpsons on Disney Plus, and you know The Simpsons are iconic for making fun of Disney and every other people, but they kept all of that in.
Oh, let me go back to what I was saying about the other thing.
Oh yeah, sorry. You go.
Yeah, there's a scene at the end where she's going back in the ocean, but she's butt naked, and it's a relatively distant shot, so it's not like it's just up close nudity, but it's in shot enough that in the original movie you can essentially just see her butt.
Lilo?
No major genitalia, just her butt. But they changed it in some way. I didn't look into what the actual edits were, but they changed it in some way to edit it. So yeah, I didn't know. It's also along the same lines that for some reason in the episode 4 edit, during the Han Guido shot scene where Han shot first or whatever, in order to make it look like Han was like insulted by Greedo, hence why he shot him, so to not make Han Solo look like a fucking asshole who shoots people.
But Han Solo is an asshole that shoots people.
Exactly, but in order to make it more family friendly,
in
order to make it a little more family friendly for the kids, they made it so Greedo randomly says "Ma clunky," and then he shoots him as if it's an insult.
Oh, so they changed that, man. Fuck, that's funny.
I don't know why.
Clunky.
That's exactly what he says, and it's so funny because it's just a slight like looping frame of like his head moving to look like he's talking.
That's funny.
And they add the line in.
Imagine a man walks up to you and goes, "Clunky."
Dude, I'd stab him.
He'd be
That's
dead.
funny.
He would have essentially signed his death certificate.
I just pull my gun out and just be like, clunky.
Yo, what the fuck you say? What the fuck? Ma clunky?
Ma chunky?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Man, Star Wars sucks.
Dude, that scene has been edited like 6 times.
Well, yeah, because of course
you think at some point they would just stop?
No, I remember
being
at PAX. It was me, my friend Alejandro, Johan, and Juan were in their hotel room just chilling, and I get the notification on my phone that's Rey's dad is a failed Palpatine clone, and I show Johan and I go, "Man, why do we like Star Wars?" And we had no answer except for like legend stuff and like, you know, Knights of the Old Republic. Because Star Wars just sucks, dude.
I saw a post one time that was literally just like, because, you know, like, every time a new Star Wars movie comes out, like, every Star Wars fan is like, this movie sucks. You know, whether the movie sucks or not, I don't know. But, you know, like, they're just, like, there's a post that was just like, do Star Wars fans like Star Wars movies? Like, what?
No. No, straight up no. It's I don't know, man. It's, I feel like that'd be another topic for, like, someone more in-depth, like, you know, like, Jahan would be a really good example to talk to about this one.
I think it's the same way that Kingdom Hearts fans like Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
There's a slight disdain for the entire thing.
Well, I don't know.
But we
like,
were with it to begin with, so here we are.
I don't know. I feel like, because Star Wars itself has actually so much cool stuff beyond the movies. Like the Clone Wars, you know, all the Legend stuff.
To be fair, Kingdom Hearts has cool stuff too.
No, it doesn't, Peter. Come on.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does.
No, Peter.
I've been with this franchise for as long as it's been around.
Peter,
it does.
So, listen, I get it. You want to remove your lower ribs and go, right? But
What?
no. I don't know. I mean, Kingdom Hearts is cool. I don't know.
It has cool stuff. I didn't say it was cool. All right.
I mean, yeah.
Oh my god.
Me and Jahan do have a clip of me asking him how to spell Xehanort because I was playing 14, and he was like, "Listen, Phil, spell Noah Heart and an X, then just figure it out." And I lost my mind that the main villain of Kingdom Hearts has a Noah Heart in his name, and I went,
That's actually legitimately part of the lore.
yes, I know, and that's my problem.
There's a secret boss fight.
Yeah, it's I know.
Yeah,
I get it.
His name is
It's
No Heart.
dumb.
It's so dumb.
It's as
so
dumb. It's as dumb as a Rey being a Palpatine descendant. That's how dumb it is.
But the best part is they call this you know, they call that secret boss fight No Heart as if to say that he was transformed afterwards, but he's always been Xehanort. He's never been anything else to add No Heart to. And even if he did, right, there's an extra E in his name.
Oh my god.
So it would be oh no, there isn't. Okay, I got confused.
Oh, come on.
No, either way.
You ruined it, Pete. Now you can't talk.
He was never confused. He was never, like, transformed.
Yeah.
So it was always Xehanort, and therefore he shouldn't have anything to do with the naming conventions. But he does, and it's No Heart.
That's so annoying. That's so dumb.
I hate Nomura.
That's so dumb.
I hate Nomura.
Well, I mean, like, the more is fine, I guess, but, like, fuck, man.
Nomura is the man who, in the middle of Kingdom Hearts 3's release, like, press tour shit, he goes, "So we've started work on Final Fantasy VII Remake again." Started?
Yeah, I remember that. That was kind of rough.
I thought you were working on that this whole time.
That was kind of rough.
You only have one team? What is Square Enix? Is it a bunch of guys in a fucking basement? What?
Probably.
Probably.
I don't know.
I can believe it.
But I guess that's actually a pretty good segue into what
back into Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I guess
Remake.
that would be a segue in Final Fantasy VII Remake. So at this time, I have gotten up to Chapter 8. I know chapters 9 through 12, and I know the ending of the game. And fuck, it's really, really cool.
I cannot hear about the ending of the game, nor can I hear about up to chapter 12. I am only up to chapter 9.
Well, yeah, I know. I've been watching one of the streamers I watch. I was following his journey because, you know, he's a big fan of the 7. And 5 years ago they gave us the 1080p version of Final Fantasy VII for PS4, and he was like, "Oh, great, fantastic, thanks, asshole." Not his words, but then they showed off actually Final Fantasy VII Remake, and, you know, flash forward 5 years later, we finally got it. So I want the
dude. I went through the timeline with Richard the other day, with our pal Richard. I went through the timeline of everything with Richard to really show him, because, like, in theory, let me say this real quick. In theory, right? Because I've seen a lot of people like, "Oh, how long do you think it's good? You know, how long could it possibly take them to make Final Fantasy, you know, 7 Remake Part 2 or whatever?" And I was like, in theory, not as long, because they have, like, the models and stuff from this one. But this is the game where, and then I read the timeline of this remake, and I'm like, I just don't trust them. I don't.
I was actually talking to my friends too, about how long it will be till we get part 2. I said, I got 2025, right? Because of course we would. My other friend said maybe we'll get a teaser for it in 4 months, giving people enough time to get through the first segment of this game.
Yeah, because that's important as well. That's important as well. You have to have enough time for people to have beaten it, especially the people like me that just play it intermittently and aren't just going right through it.
Yeah.
So you can't. Plus, I mean, that to be said, the process of making enough of the game to show us a reasonable teaser should probably take long enough that shouldn't be a worry, but...
Yeah, no, so, I've been very, very happy with this game. There are some notable changes to the game itself, like, I get, story-wise, like with the, spooky ghosts, like, ooh.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and
What do you mean, the spooky ghosts? Like, you've seen them, the specters.
Oh, yes, now I get it.
Because they're not in the original game, as much as I know, and they're not in the original game.
Yeah, there's, like, flash-forwards happening as well.
That's really
that I
cool.
know of from later in the game.
I like a lot of that with Cloud, and he sees, like, things from his past and stuff.
I'm just confused as to how it works, but I guess it'll probably explain it, hopefully, near the end of this part.
Oh, they do. They 100% do. I can tell you they 100% do. I'm sorry.
They have to because, right? Because they don't tell me, but I'm like they have to explain it because like some of the stuff that's flash forwarded would end up in part 2. So like unless they explain it here,
they're doing they do a lot. Yeah. They explain it enough. Oh, question. What dress did you get for Tifa?
I picked exotic.
Oh, you picked exotic? Okay, that's fair. I picked mature.
Because that sounds fun.
I picked mature, and depending on which one you pick, depends on her dress.
And, well, of course, that's what I figured when I saw it. I did post a really nice Snapchat that I liked, where that was like, what do I think I'd look good in? And I was just like, why are you so hot? I know. Well, it's just like I just got in the game and I'm like, oh, it's Tifa. Oh boy, yeah. Tifa. Woo! And then she's just like, what do you think I'd look good in? I'm like,
nothing.
Yeah, let me hold my heart real quick.
I mean, listen. Even as Cloud in that situation, what are you supposed to fucking? Cloud is like
he's been in a war, and yeah.
I always saw Cloud in terms of like character-wise.
His friend is dead. And
in terms of how I always saw Cloud as a character throughout the different like games that I've seen him in, I've always seen him as very much like my like edgier brother Richie, who like is super like super shied in that like at like family gatherings he's like in the corner with his arms folded.
He's not like that at all. He's just
not anymore.
Asshole.
He's not. But the reaction some of the reactions that Cloud has to like other characters like Aerith and whatnot in this game is very much exactly how my brother would respond. Keep in mind we lived with a baby in our house for like 2 years.
The baby.
And Richie.
Oh yeah, the one that you would have conversations with.
Yeah. Richie was the one that was the best with the baby, surprisingly. So like, and that's how I see Cloud. He's like good at talking to the other characters, but like there's a slight sense of he's never had to before.
Well, yeah, because like he's realistically he's kinda, I think the story is he's just coming back after like Zack ate shit and everything, and he's like, oh yeah, man.
Dude, I rewatched the ending of Crisis Core recently too.
Oh, Crisis Core?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Apparently Crisis Core apparently doesn't matter anymore with shit, and I don't understand why.
They're probably gonna remake it again.
I didn't play Crisis Core, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I didn't play it either.
I know who Zack. I know who Zack Fair is.
Right.
I know that Zack and Aerith know each other.
Right. Zack appeared in Kingdom Hearts in Birth by Sleep, so I already knew Zack was like a precursor character.
So there's two really cool characters. There's the Shinra soldier that recognizes the Buster Sword. Yeah. And New Recruit in Sector 7. New Recruit's the best.
Dude, there's a lot of really good dialogue. I love the dialogue. I don't know
there's fantastic dialogue in this game.
Dude, I don't know if you remember this one specifically, but there's a moment where you get to like the wall in like the tunnel going to Sector 5. And Cloud's like, we should just break it down. And she's like, Tifa's like, oh, you're starting to sound like Barrett.
Yeah,
he's like, never mind.
So,
and Barrett's like, It's a good plan.
So good. I love all the banter between Barrett and Cloud. It changes throughout the game. It's fantastic.
Dude, Barrett's so fucking
Barrett's
awesome. I love Barrett's
Oh yeah, he sings the song every chance he gets, and I'm like, that's fantastic because it doesn't
so
do it every so often. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. I love all the interactions between Tifa and Cloud.
I love Barrett and Marlene.
He's the dad.
Wholesome
He's
dad
just
Barrett.
a dad.
Wholesome dad Barrett is the best.
Dad Barrett's
I love when you
cool.
go. I love when Cloud goes to say hi to Marlene because Tifa told him to, and she like runs away from Cloud, and Barrett's like, "What the fuck did you do to her?"
Yeah, right. I was like, whoa, he's really angry about this. Sorry, bud.
We just got out of this mission.
Yeah, sorry,
Bro,
buckaroo.
Bro, I feel like that Barrett would be the type of dad that like is constantly holding the shotgun to the boyfriend's
Yes,
head.
100%.
Dude, I love
100%.
it, dude.
That's
Except the shotgun is his fucking arm.
yeah, the missile
Yeah,
arm.
it's his literally just his hand. He has like both hands. He's like, "You want a high five?"
There's someone made a comic set that was like Cloud talking to the Barrett, and he's like, "Hey, you want some hand sanitizer?" He's like, "Yeah, kill my germs, Merc." So he puts sanitizer on his hand and a line down the gun arm. And Barrett looks at him like, ah. Because how is he gonna rub it in?
Doesn't.
Why do I hear somebody's Discord messages? What's going on over there?
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
I hear a bunch of Discord pops like, bling, bling.
Nah.
Nah, I guess
No,
I'm just
that-
retarded.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
you.
cool.
Oh,
Oh man, yeah, no, there's some really good dialogue between Tifa and Cloud, like when he's about to kill Johnny,
Yeah.
and she's
Dude.
like, "You're scaring me," and he's like, "Alright, whatever."
Dude, I love it too, because I was just like, listen, what else would you fucking do? He's gonna talk.
He's Johnny, dude. Like, calm down. He's just an idiot. Johnny is your best friend, like, actually.
You know what's funny? I saw Johnny, and like I knew about Reno, right? So when I saw Johnny, I was like, is that Reno?
No, it's not Reno. Reno's a lot
Because-
cooler.
Dude, Reno is. Dude,
Reno's
the
a lot
Reno fight
cooler.
is nuts.
Also, Rude is just from King of Fighters, like, actually.
Dude, Rude is so funny because all I can see is Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah. Oh, but Rude's so cool. He's bald and he just fights, and I'm like, this is awesome. What else is there?
I love how that's the criteria for someone to be awesome.
He's
for them to
bald
be
and knows how to
bald
fight.
for
He's
them
from
to
King of
fight.
Fighters. Yeah, like, come on.
Well, no, what really makes Rude awesome is that Reno is like, I'm gonna fucking get this bitch. And Rude's just like, I just want to fight you to, like, I don't know, grade your performance. You know, like, at least when you first fight
Oh yeah,
him.
Reno's like a super cocky, like, hey man, let's fight. You're a loser. And then you beat his ass, and he's like, next time, idiot. And you're like, okay.
Dude, let me tell you, there is nothing like blocking the shit out of Reno and him getting paralyzed. You just go,
Oh yeah, you go to
Start
Punisher.
going
That's
in
how I
on
did
him.
his fight. I just went into Punisher mode, parried him, and went like, okay, cool, you're a loser.
Dude, Punisher mode is crazy.
Punisher mode's really fun. Punisher mode, that's how I beat Roach.
Dude, I'm trying
that's
to
how you
get
fight
the
Roach.
ability. Did you get the? Because I know you did the side quest. Did you get the nail bat?
Yes, I got the nail bat.
I'm trying to get the ability with it because it's smooth transitions into the other
Yeah,
mode.
you just gotta like just level it up, use it if you want.
I know, you just gotta use it. You
It's
don't even have to
cool, like
level it up.
it's cool, but I
Just
wanted
use
to do after I do this playthrough, I wanted to do like a Buster Sword only playthrough. Then I thought about it, went, man, I'll just do a nail bat playthrough. God only knows how bad that will go.
Dude, nail bat is probably the harder playthrough.
Probably,
because, like,
it's nail bat.
like I had to switch back to Buster Sword because I just like nail bat was like killing me in this.
It's because it doesn't have
But
materia slots.
But one of the best places to grind is in Chapter 9 in Sector 6, so I'm gonna do that.
Chapter 6.
I'm gonna do a lot of grinding. So.
And but no, I'll throughout the game, what's really cool is that like Cloud kind of changes when he meets Aerith, and like his whole attitude changes at that point, because Aerith
Yeah.
is like the person that teaches him like, hey, don't be so hard all the time,
Did you-
idiot. And I'm like, he's like, okay.
I love the talking to flowers cutscene at the end of Chapter 8.
Oh yeah, like what's your favorite?
like-
what's your favorite flower? I don't say to me.
No. When she talks to the flowers and he
Oh,
goes,
oh,
what
yeah.
did they say?
Oh yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And then she asked him what they said. Is like, how was your day, guys?
Yeah, I love all the banter when Cloud he kind of like repeats what other people, like what the other characters say to make it meaningful. And for like when he talks to Tifa, he says something about that, like, "Hey, I'll come to save you." I promised. He's like, "I promised somebody I'd save them if they're ever in trouble." And he's like, obviously talking to Tifa.
My favorite is his interactions with Magi the Moogle.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was really funny.
When he's just like, "Come on, make me smile, cheek to cheek."
He made you smile, idiot. And he's like, I need a little more medals.
That would take a lot more Moogle medals.
Moogle medals. Did you do any in Reactor 5? Did you destroy the boxes on the top platform?
Of course I did.
Okay, cool. Because apparently no one else did it besides me and my 2 friends, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, I did it because I got a bunch of Moogle medals.
Not only that, but like if you just do that box minigame over and over again, you just keep getting a Moogle medal.
Moogle medal. Yeah, I didn't get up to that part yet. To that minigame yet, but I know about that minigame.
That minigame, yeah, it's the participation prize is a Moogle medal, so
that's
like if you just keep doing it.
That's good. I did the dart one. The dart was really fun.
Dude, the darts one is so fun because like at first you think this seems a little weird, and then like it just clicked in my head, and I'm like, oh, and then I just nailed it.
Yeah, just play darts. It took me a little bit to beat Wedge's score, and it made me upset. I was like, fuck.
Well, you know what's funny too, because like I didn't know how darts worked until I watched these guys on YouTube, How Ridiculous.
Okay.
And like they did a few like dart trick shot videos and stuff, and they mentioned how like the points work on a dartboard. And I'm like, I never knew that. I literally never knew that like the bullseye wasn't necessarily the ultimate best score you could get.
Yeah, it's like the minus getting the score lower with each dart.
Let alone that, like that's how the minigame is.
Yeah.
But, like to get more points, you can hit like the little like triple and double spots on like the rings of the dartboard.
Yeah.
And I never knew that was a thing on there. I always thought bullseye was the best possible thing.
I also like in the minigame when like you want to when you're doing like you get a couple of bullseyes and finish it out, it lights up the
it lights up the one that you need. Yeah.
And then you just get the slow-mo, like in Tekken 7, you get the slow-mo shot. I'm like, that's really cool.
It's great, yeah.
Dude,
I didn't know what it meant. I was in that room for like 20 minutes because it was like, just wait for the meeting to be done. I'm like, so like, do you want me to
what do I
wait?
do?
Like, and because it didn't like say any voice line, at least not that I heard, where it was like, I'm gonna play darts. Like it just said, guess I'll wait or something. And I was looking around, but I guess like I only saw like for 2 seconds the triangle button to interact with the dartboard, so I just had no idea for so long. And I was like, oh.
I really wish you could play pinball. That would have been really fun.
Dude, that's what I was trying to do.
I really wish you could play pinball. That would have been a fun minigame to play.
That's got to be DLC or like when they made part 2.
The DLC pinball, it's like $1. I'd pay $1 for pinball.
I would. I'd pay $1 for that. Trump would pay for it at this point.
Settle down. Oh, yeah, that's right. You got your bison bucks.
Yeah, I got the bison.
Call them bison bucks. That's what I'm calling them. But my favorite part of the entire game was Chapter 4 because I love that they made everyone in Avalanche have a character and you care about them, and that's sick.
Oh, dude, when you're walking around,
when
you're walking around Jesse's room, Jesse's dad's room, and you see all like the photos,
yeah,
of her and stuff, and I'm like,
she's an actor, because that's not in the original game. That whole thing isn't there.
Also, can I just say, I like have a hate-love relationship with like her teasy attitude, and I like.
Bro, I love it. Even Wedge tells you, listen, bro, she's just playing with you.
She's just playing, and I'm just like.
I picked for her option. I picked no promises because that would be cute, and it was cute until she goes like psych, and I'm like, all right.
I know.
Bitch.
I said no promises too for the same reason, and I'm like, listen, bitch,
like,
you get that fuck.
Like, listen, Jesse.
I will hate fuck you.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
My god. It's aggressive. My god.
I'll do it.
But I'll do fucking.
It's alright. She dies anyway at the end of the game.
Yeah. It dies. Like, oh, sorry guys, spoilers for a game that's 23 years old.
Spoiler alert for a game that
I didn't play the game yet.
I don't read spoilers, as one person said. But I thought, idiot.
Well, yeah, I didn't read the manga of Final Fantasy.
There is, there might be actually. There might be a manga for Final Fantasy VII.
I wouldn't be surprised if
actually
there was.
There probably is. There was a manga for Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. How did that manga go anyway?
It went into Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't know if it finished Kingdom Hearts 2, but it went into Kingdom Hearts 2 as far as I remember.
Was there ever a FF7 manga or anime? Advent Children, I guess.
Advent Children is probably the closest thing to any type of other adaptation.
It's been a hot minute since I've seen that movie.
It's weird too watching stuff like Advent Children and like the end like pre-rendered cutscenes of Crisis Core. It looks very close to the remake stuff. Like it's really weird.
Yeah,
that they
there's a couple
actually
scenes
really
where I got
had
like
that.
Advent Children vibes because of how they did everything. But how'd you feel about
Dude, the game is. Sorry, again.
how'd you feel about Roach?
What do you mean? Who, Roach?
Yeah, Roach, the guy you fight on the
Remind me.
motorcycle.
Yes. Oh god, dude, that fight was so.
Isn't it so
fucking
cool? I love the bike segment. I thought the bike segment was really fun.
Dude, I was like, yo, we're gonna have a fucking boss fight on
Yeah,
this shit?
you do, kinda. I also really like, because, again, my knowledge for 7 isn't, like, the biggest, but I don't know if the original game they go over, like, what a soldier is, because, like, every time they bring up soldier, it's always capitalized.
They very much reference that it's, like, partially, like, Mako
Yeah, it's Mako
experimentation
poisoning.
stuff.
Like, it's not Mako
Yeah.
poisoning, but they're, like, corrupted because of Mako. They
Yeah.
go nuts, right?
They've referenced the eyes.
Yeah,
you know, you
'cause, like,
see
the-
Clab reacting to the
Because, like,
Mako
a
stuff.
Shinra soldier is, like, obviously different from them, like a soldier, and I don't know, like, much, like, my thing's not fast, but, like...
Dude, Aerith's mom has the face of, like, the parent that hates you.
Oh, yeah, 100%, you get it right off the bat as soon as you walk in and she sees you, and it's like, she's like, oh, I know who this guy is, I know what he is.
When she gives you the talk to, like, tell you to leave. Also, there's, like, a real... I'm sure you haven't gotten to it just yet, because it's at the tail end of Chapter 8, but I'm sure you've seen it. There's the fucking,
Yeah, you have to sneak out of the house.
The sneak out of the house game is so fucking funny, because, like...
Oh, if you turn the wrong way, you knock a bucket over in, like, the first step,
Dude,
and you're like, fuck.
Dude, exactly. They put a bucket right in front of you at the beginning of the minigame, and it was so funny to me, because, like, I literally, like... I got to the point, like, I failed twice at least, I think, and it got rid of some of the obstacles, and I'm like, well, don't pity me.
Don't pity me. That's like in Kingdom Hearts, DMC 3, when you die enough times that unlocks easy mode. If you die 3 times, you unlock easy mode.
I love that, like, when you bump into something, like, so spoilers for Chapter 8 specifically right now. But you can kind of see it coming, like I did a while down the way. But, like, I love that, like, in that minigame, you bump into something, right? Aerith comes out of her room and pushes you back into your room, right?
Yeah.
But then when you successfully sneak out and get all the way out of the sector, Aerith's waiting for you at the end. Like, I was waiting. I knew you'd be here. And I'm like, weren't you in your room in the last minigame? How did you, like...
Yeah, I know that. I know the ending of the Chapter 8 and the Chapter 9. But yeah, she's just there, and I was like, how did you get here?
like, I'm a soldier. How did you...
Oh, she was 100% up. Like, she was 100%, like, she could hear her mom talking about it. Quotation marks. Sorry, spoiler.
Dude, I feel so bad for Aerith in that moment, because I'm just like, that's kind of mean. She's gonna be big upset.
she ends up being very big upset, actually. Because, you know, fucking video game is, like, old and shit.
Also, fucking... Listen, I've seen so many people, like, commenting, because people talked about there were some story changes, which I'm not sure which they were. I didn't play all the way through the original FF7 because turn-based, and it bores me.
You're what? Hey, man, turn-based RPGs are dead unless you're a Persona game or an indie game, actually.
But even Persona is, like, has, like, a really fun aesthetic to it that, like,
yeah,
because
it's stylish. Like,
it's stylish, which makes it, like, I can play the Persona games because of the fact that it's stylized. But anything else, like my brother's like, after this I'm gonna play the original FF7 at like 3 times speed, because there's like a cheat for 3 times speed in the new ports.
No, yeah, it's not a cheat, it's actually just a function on like the Switch version.
It's a mode,
I think in the Switch version there's 3 times speed, and it makes the game just, I mean, not tolerable, but it just makes it like
it's better. Yeah,
I mean, you can just speed up your stuff and just like,
because like you at points in the game you need to like train and grind a few levels every now and then. And
yeah,
like,
so it speeds up grinding and just speeds stuff up. It's just nice.
So, but yeah, so like, I didn't play through the whole FF7 original, of course, but so the thing is, I don't know. I probably won't fully know what the story changes are when I see them. I know about like the flash forward is different, because why would they flash forward in the original?
The flashbacks, the flash forwards, and stuff like everything.
Yeah, like I know some stuff, but at the very least, I know for a fact that when I finish the game, I'll probably watch one of the things they change videos or whatever that have been posted.
So from my knowledge, because, you know, like I said before, I've seen the ending, and just seen most of, like, just the game in a whole, they have changed it, but like I'm fine with that because like why would we want just a glorified like just the same story again when it could just be slightly different but like fine-tuned differently but still be like faithful to the original game itself, and I'm fine with that.
Right.
I'm fine with the differences.
The reason why I bring up the changes and stuff is because I saw a lot of people commenting like, man, I hope there isn't too much, you know, modern Nomura shit in this, because Nomura became the director on this one. I think
Nomura also did Nomura did the original character designs or some shit like that.
He did so originally on 5 he was original character designer, and then on this game the funny story is that apparently he assumed the original director, because the original director is on this as a producer, but he thought that he was still directing it, and apparently he was not made aware that he himself was the new director. And he just kept getting asked questions by the original director and was like, why are you asking me all these questions? And Nomura literally was like, he found out when watching one of the teaser announcements from a convention, he watched the video and it said director Tetsuya Nomura, and he's like, what?
He's like,
excuse
what?
me?
I am?
And I'm like, Nomura's a mess, man.
Hey man, it'd be like that sometimes.
You see people meme on Sakurai. I want more Nomura memes.
Yeah, Nomura did the character design, the monster design, the scenario, concept, and battle visual director for FF7.
What were you gonna say, Bob?
Could you imagine a fucking game developed by Sakurai, Nomura, and Kojima?
That sounds...
Well, I was gonna say, could you imagine a game developed by Nomura, Kojima, and then like a story written by Akira Toriyama?
Oh jeez.
Oh
yeah,
God,
it's called
dude,
Dragon Quest.
I think you just created a dream.
Oh
game.
no, it's called Chrono Trigger. Come on.
Fair enough.
That is
Chrono Trigger, written by fucking Kojima.
Oh my god, stop.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Dude,
fucking
Bro, do you think that's coming up soon? Like a Chrono Trigger remake?
Alright,
Dude,
alright, hold
down.
up. Hold up real quick. Hold up, that'd be cool. That'd be sick, actually.
Yeah.
If they,
It would be.
It's Chrono Trigger isn't on, I almost said Chrono Cross, holy shit. Chrono Trigger, it's not on Switch, right? Like, they didn't do a Switch port?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I know they did a port of the, Mana games, but I don't think
I
they
saw.
did one for Chrono. I want to get the Mana games. Actually, I can now.
They released a new,
but I shouldn't. I shouldn't get them because I have to finish other games.
No, there's no Switch port of Chrono Trigger.
That'd be sick though. That'd be the start, right? Like they port Chrono
That's gotta
Trigger.
be next.
They
That's
port
gotta be
Chrono
next.
Trigger to Switch, and then they're like, "Hey guys, by the way."
Not just remake. They gotta port it first, and get like a reception to it. Because I know that they know a lot of people love Chrono Trigger. But
I hope
release will show them.
that'd be sick if they did. I don't know, like what would have to do? They'd probably have to like talk to Akira Toriyama and stuff like that. Maybe.
I would really want a remake rebuilt like 7 was.
Oh,
like
an
in
action,
a different
like an
perspective.
action
Listen,
combat instead of turn-based.
Because you know what's funny? I really like the story of like RPGs like Chrono Trigger and the Final Fantasies, but I can't play them because the gameplay bores me so damn much. So if you could just remake them with the action RPG style, I'll be fine.
I don't know how Dragon Quest 11 did combat.
I actually didn't play 11. I watched a little bit of Richard, but I think it was
Was it still turn-based?
I think it was.
Okay, I feel like
because they had the other version of it where you can play in like 16-bit, and in order to port it that way, they probably have to have the exact same.
100%
battle style.
But that'd be sick if they did Chrono Trigger. That'd be cool. That'd actually really cool.
That brings me to a good note. That the battle system in FF7 Remake is fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's just they took 15. And I feel like they made it better, even though my knowledge on 15 isn't very big
From what
either.
I remember, I think 15 had a similar slowdown function when selecting certain commands, but I think they did the slowdown better here because something about the way they do the slowdown makes the flow of the battle a lot lot more fun.
Yeah, and I think it depends too, because if you don't have, because there's 2 versions of 15. There's regular 15,
right,
and then there's the Royal version, which was like, infinitely better. than the original version, from what a lot of people say. Because, like, it was all fucking all over the place in terms of story and like gameplay and shit.
I have Day 1 edition. Yeah.
Yeah, so you probably have like the that's probably like the original, I think, right?
Yeah, that's probably well, it's Day 1.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I love the combat in this game. It's really fun. It's fluid. I haven't had really much hiccups in it. I like changing between people.
Yeah, dude, the changing between people is fine. Plus, you can still command them.
Yeah,
with the,
even if you're
triggers.
just Cloud, if you want to be like, hey, I'm feeling Cloud right now, you can just switch between the two or three.
It's like
3.
Yeah, like you don't have to switch. You can literally that's what I love is that like you can switch to use their like
abilities with yeah.
But like you can use the triggers to command them to use the ability, which is just so good.
That's pretty cool.
So
yeah.
I think Tifa's the most fun character to play as, actually.
Tifa's pretty fun. I actually have had a really nice time. Like, there's something really nice about when you unlock Aerith. The long range magic is so fucking useful.
Yeah.
Especially for that point in the game. In Chapter 8, when you start fighting those fucking machine guys that just charge at you and do a fuck ton of damage when they hit you.
Yeah.
Fucking using Aerith to like just hit them from afar until you can get enough to do like thunder on them.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
Yeah, I was going in with Aerith. I'm like, I've seen her. I'm like, I don't know if I would have fun with Aerith. I was like that with the V, and also would end up Devil May Cry 5. Turned out playing V was fucking dope. I got to Aerith, and I was like, okay, this is kind of fun. So my interpretation was still kind of the same, because like my order goes Tifa. I mean, like, I love the fighter character, because of course I do. Cloud. And then, I don't know, Barrett and Aerith are in, like, the mid, or in, like, they're toe-to-toe, but I like playing Barrett more, because
Barrett's really fun.
Barrett's fucking
sick. I think my favorite character to play is Cloud, but that's because, like, I love sword combat, the same way that you like fighting combat.
Yeah, my fucking brawler characters.
And there's something really nice about doing that, like, swift move when you're holding down square if you do the combo right, and you just, like, you cut in on, like, the enemy, and then while it's in the air, he hits them and kills them again. That's fucking nuts to land that combo. Oh, it's so good. Plus the staggering. I said this in our group chat. The staggering system is so good in this game. Like, sometimes it just takes like a few hits to stagger them if you do it right, and sometimes you can see it happening on like a boss, and then once you figure out the pattern to get it, oh.
Yeah, no,
it's
it's super fun. It's also really rewarding too when you like can go into Braver and just smack them. Or,
dude, I had to use like at least 3 or 4 Phoenix Downs during the Airbuster fight because the Airbuster was whooping my ass.
Yeah? Oh yeah, what did you do for Airbuster? What did you take out?
I took out all of its big bomber shells.
Okay, I also did do that.
Only because more like before that, one of the other mechs beforehand was like destroying me with like just like heavy damage. And as soon as I saw that I could take out its heavier damage supply, I was like, take it out.
Okay, yeah, I took out the bombs. My friend did all the AI cores, and my other friend actually did the other option. They took all those out. When you take out the AI cores, I know it changes like what moves the boss does, so that's really cool.
It limits the moves. It's such a cool sequence. Too,
yeah, it's really cool. I think I used like 1 or 2 Phoenix Downs because like since I got rid of like the whole bomb thing, it didn't.
It makes it really. Plus, the best part is if you do the side quest and get or quote unquote discovery quest, I guess it is, and get like the items back from like the disposal.
Yeah, you can
area,
use them.
You get the big bomber shells, and they just do 500 damage.
Yeah, I used a couple of them. I'm like, oh fuck it, see like what they do. I'm like, oh shit.
Dude, it's so fucking
I like
great.
that it's just
but,
I just like how the fight's one of the mobile suits from Gundam. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, I forgot the name, but I'm thinking of it.
I think someone on Twitter actually drew that. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's the one that Char pilots, right?
Yeah, I think it's the not the Neo Zeon. I think it's just the Zeon.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
God, I hope so. Oh yeah, it's the Zeong. It's the Zeong. That's basically what that's basically what it is. It's probably what it's based off of.
It was so funny to fight because as soon as I'm like, all right, I think I'm ready, and then I see the platform you're fighting on, and it's just this thin T thing, and I'm like,
dude, it was so much fun. It was so cool. I did since I knew, I've had a Sesson, so I'm just like, okay, cool. It's a mech, so it's probably weak to Thunder. So I just did Thunder. I
didn't even have to assess it because I realized it's a machine. I'm like, I'll just use Thunder.
But it's super fun. Like I think combat's really fun. It's just it's just like the best way I could describe it is like this whole game is just Yakuza and Devil May Cry put together, because it really just is.
The one thing I like, and this is something that like Breath of the Wild started, in my opinion, but didn't fully get just because of the aesthetic. Is like Breath of the Wild was open world, and like you see a mountain, you can go to it. You fucking there's no like transitions. It's all there. And Final Fantasy, though it has transitions, it's really mainly for the purpose of the actual game to be served. But like when you're in those like residential areas, and they're like, oh, the side quest is all the way over there, and you gotta run to it. There's something I like about the fact there's something going on your way running. There's people talking.
Oh no, yeah, that's like the best part. Like all the NPCs talking and everything.
Like Breath of the Wild was great, but because of the aesthetic of like it being around when no one else was, there's nothing to do. There's stuff to do, but there's no one around.
Yeah,
so
I was always 50-50 on Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, like
it doesn't feel like the area is like alive. Like there's some things, but there isn't like too much.
Like it's nice because I know what they were trying to go for, and they succeeded at what they were trying to go for. But it doesn't helm itself to the massive open world that it was advertising, because it gets so tedious. Even with warping around, it's dead. But like this game, there's people talking. There's people doing shit.
Well, yeah, there's stuff going on to make it the whole game feel lively, and that's really
and there's
cool.
paths. Yeah, there's paths, so you're not just running down an open desert. You're running through an area.
Yeah.
You're not just riding a horse and holding up a sword and hoping you went the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's.
Yeah.
Ooh, got him.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. I've gotten lost at some of the residential areas because I'm like, wait a minute.
That's fair, yo. That's fair.
Well, no,
I've got my fair share.
There's so many little like offshoots.
Yeah, they're a little bigger.
You think, oh, if I go down this way, I can go. Oh, well, it's dead end. Ah,
shit.
Yeah, no, I really like the map layouts. I like that, like I've seen a lot of people like, why wouldn't they just make it a whole game? It's like, yeah, they could, even if I was
actually gonna talk about that. So I could also bring up the next one too, which I'll probably do it again as a refresher. So I remember the article that was like FF7 is gonna be episodic, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting actually. But I remember only seeing that once, and like that's it. I didn't see any other like big article stuff on like, hey, it's episodic, here's this, here's that. I only saw it once. Yeah. But I will say that granted, it might be 1/3 of Final Fantasy VII, but they put extra stuff into it.
Yeah,
they put
that's what I was gonna say.
All of this cool stuff, all these different things from the original story of 7.
Yep.
For $60, and I'm happy with that than most producers like EA and shit like that would put out a $60 game that's only 1/3 and not care.
Yeah, like the thing is that like the game is good, it plays well, it's fun, the characters are likable. Like the story, they didn't
just like put out like a $60 beta.
Right, yeah, the story is good, and because they changed some of the stuff, it's different enough.
Yeah.
So you're not going in like, I get the argument that like, oh, I want to play the same game again that I played. It's like, yeah, but like not everyone does.
Yeah, no, like that goes back to before. Like I like that the game is just different and not just in 1080p HD version of original 7.
Right. I'm sure that the original story of 7 has probably aged not poorly, but not the same way that you would expect it to. Over time.
Like, I love all the stuff, how they go, I don't know if they went into super depth about what soldiers are, but I like in this game they show you how crazy soldiers actually are, versus, like, Zack, where Zack's just a normal dude versus everyone else that's wacky and kooky around him. And even with that, like, you could see, like, the whole point of Roach is like, the polar opposite of Cloud. Like,
and Square Enix knows here's the thing, Square Enix knows what the fallout is to having a game where 90% of it is people exposition. And so, like, the first thing, as from what I remember of the original Final Fantasy game, since it's like an OG Final Fantasy game in its own way, there's there's a lot of exposition, but it's because it's a text-based RPG. Like everything, there's no voices, it's all text. But now we have voices. We have people voice over, and we have cinematic cutscenes. You can't just have one where a guy's pacing, talking for half an hour.
Yeah, no, and a lot a lot of the voice work in this game is fucking.
It's
good.
so good.
Like,
so good.
Actually, kind of want to get the voice list up so I can give them sort of credit. But like that guy who voices
Dude,
Cloud is fantastic.
Dude, have you seen the video, like the clip like from a stream of the person who plays Aerith playing the game and hearing herself?
Oh yeah,
for the
she
first
was
time?
so happy.
It was
Oh
so sweet, dude. I was like, fuck, dude. She like
I
almost
really
cried.
like this like new era of like video game remakes where like they're not just like remaking the game 1-to-1 anymore.
Yeah.
Like the Resident Evil like remakes and now the Final Fantasy remake.
That
like
being said, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like they're not just remaking a game for the sake of remaking a game. They're like remaking it like for a reason.
Yeah.
Like they're not just being like, oh look, it's the same game, but it just looks better. Like we updated the models. It's like, oh no, we added a bunch of stuff. There's a new play style. There's a new story. Like stuff like that.
And
like
plus,
I really like that.
The other thing that really is cool to me, and this is great, is like because they had the original game in existence before making this one, they were able to kind of make a lot more cool thematic choices. Like when the game opens, like it starts out with a very similar tune to the beginning of the original, but then it starts going in hard on like One-Winged Angel references in the music. And it's so good.
Yeah, I can. So real talk, I can confirm that. Really can confirm.
Yeah,
that.
dude.
Yeah, and there are definitely two ways of going about like kind of like remakes. Like Resident Evil 2 remake is phenomenal, and how they did it. I feel like this is the same way with 7. Like it's just how they did it. They like took the whole thing, changed it, switched it around, and added new stuff in just to fix it up and polish it out, and to extend it for this game itself. And
yeah, because like
our RE3 remake was cool. They did a lot of cool things. It wasn't super faithful to the game, and I know that with the announcement of 4 remake, essentially, people are a little like, ugh, how are they gonna do it? Because to a lot of people, 4 is their favorite. Like a lot of people like Resident Evil 4, and I'm on like I really like 2, but that's just me. To me, it goes 2, 1. 5 and 4. Like I like 4, but like I don't know, just 2 was my favorite. So I like the approach to 7. I like that it's the same game, the same story with like the references and the homages to the original, but different and spruced up to make it what's the word I'm looking for?
Like it kind of gives the remake like kind of a point.
Yeah, it makes it like it's not 1-to-1. It's just like
they're games like Crash and Spyro, and if they ever decide to do like a Sonic Adventure like game remake, they're games like that like you can't really change anything from, because the story isn't like so deep that you have to change certain things to make it play better. Those can stay as they are. But like something like Resident Evil or Final Fantasy, where the story intertwines at certain places, that you have to give the players something in order to get them through that story.
And also the fact that like a lot of people, especially like more like modern like gamers, I guess.
There it is.
They look at like the old like Resident Evil games like Resi 1 and 2, and they're like, wow, this feels fucking clunky. And to kind of give it like a more modern like video game like control scheme kind of like helps it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, they changed it up.
Yeah, no matter what, when you're remaking a game, and this is another thing I want to bring up, is that like when you see like articles and stuff talking about certain things, like games remakes and stuff, whether it's like they're talking about rumors of it or stuff, a lot of these articles, for some reason, they really like interchanging the words remake, remaster, rebuild, stuff like that, and like it gets confusing. Because generally speaking, what you want to say is remaster is just like the HD ports and stuff, and remake is what.
It's a remake. Also the term like definitive edition, like I talked about in the last podcast, like Xenoblade, how it's going through like a definitive edition where they're upgrading literally the entire graphics just to port it to Switch. Just the port it to Switch, but it's like a Switch port. They're like updating everything.
Right.
They're like, because like if you look at it, dude, it looks really good. Like it looks great.
It looks good. It looks good.
Like oddly enough, when they first, I don't know, I think it was maybe when they did the initial PS4 port to Kingdom Hearts 1. Maybe it could have been the PS3 one. They did the initial PS4 port to Kingdom Hearts 1. It was right on the fine line of remake. Because technically it should have been just a remaster, but it was on the fine line of remake because they had lost all the original assets to Kingdom Hearts 1 and had to rebuild it from scratch, essentially.
Shit.
That's kind of interesting, actually.
Now, they didn't necessarily remake it HD because they still had to, they wanted to keep everything down because it was a collection of games. So they had, like, they used assets from Dream Drop Distance and Chain of Memories. So I guess from scratch was a poor way of putting it, but they essentially had to, like, really do some workarounds because, of course, they didn't have every asset in those other games. But I remember that happened. It wasn't
just, like, about, like, up-resing the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, every other game on the collection, they were like, oh, we can just, you know, port it, you know, upscale it, whatever. But, like, Kingdom Hearts 1, they were like, oh, fuck, oh, shit.
No, we don't have
remember when the 3.8 collection was on the PSN for like $20?
Yeah.
And you can play literally almost every single Kingdom Hearts game for $20. Oh, what a world!
Dude, they released Kingdom Hearts. They released Kingdom Hearts games like so many fucking times. They did a re-release because they did the PS3 1.5, PS3 2.5, PS4 1.5 plus 2.5.
Wasn't there like a 2.8 at one point?
Well, yeah. So then there was 2.8 because that was slightly different than a re-release because they did two new things. Because it was essentially a re-release of Dream Drop Distance, which, by the way, give Square Enix credit for re-releasing a fucking 3DS game on a console.
Oh, was that that was 65 days over 2, right, or some shit?
No.
It was Dream Drop Distance.
Oh. They did movies. Yeah, they did movies like cinematic, not cinematic, but they did like cutscene compilations essentially of 358 and Recoded because those weren't necessarily important in terms of gameplay. But they ported Dream Drop Distance because that was technically a mainline game to say, even though Nomura's like they're all mainline. They did Dream Drop Distance, and they ported a 3DS game where there's 2 screens originally into a console format. So I gotta give them credit because that is something a lot of people would not really go and do for a re-release.
Yeah, no, that is pretty cool. Like they went out of their way to do everything.
That very much was almost a new game because they had to change the controls and format how the dual screen worked on a single screen and everything. Because there was a pause menu, and a dual screen. So like, how do you interact those into one screen? So it was just like a cool thing. Plus they upped it to 60 FPS, and let me tell you, I had recently played Dream Drop Distance before they released the trailer for the re-release, and I was sick watching the 60 FPS stuff because it was so damn smooth.
Oh yeah.
I did not realize. Really cool. You don't realize how much of a difference it is until you, because a lot of time when they do an upscale or a redo, you hadn't played it in a while. You know, there's usually a distance. But I literally had played it shortly before that trailer came out, and I was like, oh
my god.
But yeah, so 2.8 was just Dream Drop Distance, but then they added essentially a engine, test for the Kingdom Hearts 3 engine they had been making. But it was essentially like a prequel to Kingdom Hearts 3. And then they did a full cinematic movie of the story so far of the mobile game, Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah, that's kind of good.
It was cool because it's a story of a mobile game, which you can, of course, people have like documented the story so far, so you can like go and just read the summary instead of playing it.
Oh, thank God.
But this was cool for them because they did everything that you needed to know from the mobile game before Kingdom Hearts 3. They made this movie. So 2.8, while it was a re-release, it wasn't just 1.5, 2.8. It just sounds ridiculous because it's 2.8. Except 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue.
It's just
It's
it's
the full
just
name
such
of that
such
game.
a goddamn mouthful.
Wait, what?
It's just such
The
a
full
goddamn
name of that game
mouthful.
was Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue.
That's so annoying. That kind of annoys me. It always kind
That
of
is the most
one of the
Nomura
things
name.
was it always kind of annoyed me that like some major story stuff is in a fucking gotcha game essentially.
It is upset. Well, that's Nomura's fucking thing. Is that when you're a fan of Kingdom Hearts and you follow Nomura as a developer, you just have to kind of sit there and think, this is gonna be canon. Like when they had like the celebration of Kingdom Hearts 3 and stuff, or no, I think it was Halloween at Disney World. Sora, Donald, and Goofy, they brought the costumes back, which they never do.
I know about those costumes.
And I literally was like, man, I wonder how this is gonna fit into the Kingdom Hearts canon. Sora, Donald, and Goofy visit Disney World. Because Nomura's a fucking
It's like
madman.
it's like my wish that the whole squad would fall into Final Fantasy 15, and Noctis gets up and while he's fishing because he's taking a rest, and Lars from Tekken 7's there too because him and Lars are fishing buddies because Noctis is in Tekken 7. And then that just makes everything like Tekken 7's canon and just Heihachi beating the shit out of like Mickey or something.
Dude,
Or like or beating the shit out of I'm trying to think like Xehanort. That'd be fucking awesome.
Dude, I love my favorite thing with everything going on with Final Fantasy Remake. I was just like, I swear to God, Nomura at this point, because Nomura's big thing, right, is that the big meme with the Square Enix Nomura Kingdom Hearts, the Venn diagram that is that community. Everyone's got a toe dipped in somewhere in that. The big meme is that in Kingdom Hearts 3, there's this thing called VII Rex, which was it was a funny parody in the Toy Story world of Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, not Final Fantasy and that whole thing.
Right, but then at the end of the game, in the initial game before the DLC, there was a secret ending that was showing that Verum Rex, or Yozora, which was the name of the main character, was an important character because he was in the secret ending. Because after Sora disappears at the end of the game, he arrives. Spoiler alert for Kingdom Hearts 3, but it's not really that weird because I'm not explaining why Sora disappears, so you still don't really know.
Oh my god. Jesus.
So, hey, for all you people that really wanted to play Kingdom Hearts 3, you're not fully spoiled. Go ahead
How
and
old is that game
experience
now?
that
Like 2
fucking
years
pain. It's actually 2 years old, and that hurts
Jesus.
me. That hurts me.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's 2 years. It came out 2 years ago, and the DLC came out at the beginning of this year. Yeah.
It came,
Yeah,
as they
something.
say, it came and it went.
No. Sorry. No. It's only been 1 year because it came out in 2019.
Yeah, it's 2019. It came out
and
January.
The DLC
January
came out this year.
2019.
Yeah. But no, so Yozora ends up being an important part apparently out of nowhere.
Oh come on!
And it was like, wait, I thought it was just a joke. I thought it was but then, and it's funny too because Yozora means the same thing as Noctis. It was like night sky or something.
Oh god damn it!
And Noctis was the original main character of Final Fantasy Versus 13 that
Yeah,
they ripped
13
away
versus.
from Nomura.
I remember that thing.
So everyone was like making the joke before the DLC, like, fucking Nomura's salty and he's gonna make Final Fantasy Versus 13 in Kingdom Hearts. And that was the meme. But then the DLC came out, right? And the secret fight, spoiler alert for the DLC, the secret fight is Yozora on the... And by the way, can I just point out, like Final Fantasy Versus 13, how it shows like the city is very realistic, the city in this trailer and like the secret ending and then in the secret boss fight is Shibuya. But instead of 106, it says 104, which is very similar to World Ends With You, so I don't know where that falls in, because World Ends With You characters were in Dream Drop Distance, so I don't know what he's trying to do in that sense, but besides the point, it takes place in Shibuya, and you fight Yozora, and at the end, the ending of that DLC is, when there's two endings, there's a Sora loses and a Sora wins. Either way, it ends with Yozora waking up to his driver speaking to him. And let me just say this to summarize it. It's an exact one-to-one recreation of a teaser for Versus 13 from years ago. So the meme, and the funniest part about the entire thing about us all being like, so he is salty. He is trying to make Versus 13 in Kingdom Hearts. The funniest part is that
true.
the funniest part is that Nomura literally said in interviews, no, it's not Versus 13. It's not. I swear. And we're like, you just recreated the teaser. This is literally it is.
You're a liar.
How do you spell that name?
What?
No, Nozura?
Yozora.
Oh,
Yozora.
Yozora.
Yeah, Yozora.
Because I'm trying to find who it is. Oh yeah, that's literally just Noctis. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then the other, funnily enough, because you have to get like the teen heartthrob Disney voice actors for the dub, of course. He is voiced by Dylan Sprouse.
Dead ass. That's just Riku. Like that's just Riku's design.
Yeah, dude, it's
that's
so funny.
That's actually just Riku. Like I can get I can get a photo right now, put them side by side.
Oh yeah.
I'm
dude,
going to do it. Like you can't stop me.
Of course, no, it's so funny, dude.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I found a photo of him T-posing. That's funny. And Riku just T-posing. What? Dude, holy shit. Oh yeah, it's actually. Oh wow. With his.
Are you watching like the
No,
the ending?
I'm just looking. I'm just looking at Riku and Yozora.
Oh yeah.
They're just the same.
No, dude,
that's funny.
it was so funny to like see that. And then like, here's the thing: is that like,
that's funny.
Kingdom Hearts 3 was the end of the Xehanort saga or whatever, and like, it was like, well, how are we gonna move forward? Is Sora still gonna be the main character? Blah blah blah. It doesn't look like it. It looks like Yozora is gonna become the main character because the ending of that cutscene, he ends up saying the exact same line that Sora does at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1. So, which is, knowing Nomura, some symbolic way of passing the torch up to the main character.
Oh yeah, great, thanks.
So I don't know.
I love Riku as my main character of Kingdom Hearts.
We're in this weird, it's this really weird state right now where we're just gonna get what Versus 13 could have been, which is kind of cool, but also it took place in Shibuya, so I don't know why. It's so much, but yeah, just Nomura's a fucking
a madman.
He's a maniac.
He's a mad lad, dude.
Like, remember how like when Death Stranding was being made, and we're like, yo, I can't wait to see what Kojima's vision is, and then it looked like Kojima was never told no because there's like weight physics and it's all delivery shit, and you're like, what is this?
All Kojima wanted to do was make a horror game with his Hollywood best friend, and that's what we got. His celebrity best friend, and then we got Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus.
It was just so detailed in the weirdest ways, and I feel like I'm so worried that if no one tells Nomura no, we'll get a game that was made for 100 years in development.
Oh my god, you're right.
Not
And
again.
because the only reason 15 came out was because they had to rip Nomura away from the team because he just was taking too long to quote unquote perfect it.
Isn't that the same thing that happened with Kingdom Hearts 3?
He did not get taken off Kingdom Hearts 3. He just was really trying to perfect it.
Yeah, I remember like Square Enix like at one point was like, you're releasing this in a year.
But to their credit though, unlike 13, well, to be fair, Versus 13 had stuff in its development phase as well, like turning from Versus 13 to 15. But to its credit, Kingdom Hearts 3 changed engines completely, and they had to rebuild it from the scratch midway through.
Actually, what I just shared on Facebook, and I don't know if it's on Twitter, is an actual comparison between between 7 originally,
I saw that.
Crisis Core, the 2013 tech demo, and then the final game, because you can tell there's a massive difference 5 years does in terms of like the engine they used. Which what engine did they use?
For some reason, Square Enix is really bad at like doing research into like better engines, and they find it midway through development and go, let's use that. And you're like, but we built half the game.
We can just start over.
It's just like, well, fuck.
Hey man, it's
it's
Unreal 4. Why am I surprised?
Yeah. Well, that's what they switched to. Yeah, they switched to that for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Looks nice. Hey man, it looks nice. I can tell you that much.
It does look nice. No, it looks nice. But yeah, that's the big thing. So yeah, if no one told Nomura no, we'd either get a game that's in development for 100 years, and it would be fucking ridiculous. I'm talking characters that are just wearing nothing but belts and zippers.
Yeah,
I'm
that later on in one of the fights, it's just a bunch of.
What is it? A zipper? Is it just a zipper?
No, it's
at this
belts.
point?
It's a bunch of belts.
It's a bunch of
belts. It's Zipper Man. Yeah, it's a bunch of belts actually. It's like a dress. It's fucking awesome.
Dude, we get characters that like don't know who they are, but at the same time they know who they are, and you just have to figure out what that even means.
Who are you?
I am me. I don't know who I am, but I am me. What? That doesn't make any sense.
Who?
But yeah, no,
You
there's
have
such
characters.
We get like shirtless characters that for some reason are like important to the plot.
You'll have characters that like know what happens in the future, but then when you ask them where they're from, like in the timeline later, when they'll reveal that they're from the future, and you'll be like, oh, and what happens to your future? They'll be like, I don't know, and you'll be like, what?
Hello?
And then Bugs Bunny will be.
No, yeah, just remember, if the comic relief character dies, everyone goes evil, apparently, as told by Justice League.
To be fair, that's not entirely untrue. Goofy got a fucking rock on the head in Kingdom Hearts 2, and Mickey clenched his fist and went in to murder some fuckers.
Yeah, that did happen.
Oh my god.
Dude, that scene is actually really cool because watching Mickey get angry is one of the fucking funniest things.
I'm going to kill
because
you.
they won't even let Disney animators put Mickey Mouse in, like, he hasn't been in the new DuckTales because of the fucking rules that Disney has with him, but yet in Kingdom Hearts he fucking murders fuckers.
Yeah, well, that's because Disney, despite giving their rights to the characters, I know they completely distance themselves from Kingdom Hearts entirely.
Dude, it's so funny.
It is actually
like,
very funny. I've heard the stories.
And then Kingdom Hearts 3's development was so funny because they were like, oh yeah, you can use Frozen, yeah, and then they just
the whole Frozen
anything.
level is just Frozen, but Kingdom Hearts is happening in the background. That I know.
Yeah, like you go to an area created by one of the organization members just to get you away from the main story, right? Like it's literally just a separate area that was never in the movie, and then there's literally a 1-to-1 recreation with, I shit you not, a watermark of Disney in the corner of the screen of Let It Go.
That's
1-to-1 recreation of Let It Go.
That's great.
Oh
That makes me
my
so
I
happy.
can't even explain to you how fucking absurd it is. I'm like,
That's so
is this really
funny,
what this
dude.
has come to? Like.
Well,
But then Pixar, the best part about hold on, let me just say
all right,
this.
no, you're good. You're good. Keep going.
The Pixar worlds in that game are so good because the directors and scriptwriters of the Pixar movies, like Toy Story, Monsters Inc., are like, oh yeah, this is canon in those movies. Sora, Donald, Goofy arriving, this is canon in those storylines.
Really?
So
that's funny.
Yeah, so sometime
I
after
guess for Monsters Inc. that makes sense because of the doors.
Right, so like it takes place sometime after Monsters Inc. Like it's like after Sully reunites with Boo at the end. That's why they're hanging out in the factory.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And then Toy Story takes place between 1 and 2.
Okay, that's funny.
And it's so fucking funny.
All right, but like, let me ask you something. Who would win in a fight, Xehanort or Woody?
Dude, Woody burned him so
Yeah, dude,
bad.
I actually, despite what I know about Kingdom Hearts 3, that's my favorite scene where he's like, nah, let me get this. And I'm like, damn, there's a snake in your
Models,
boot,
have
bud,
you seen
and
that
it's me.
cutscene?
No, I haven't
So
seen
essentially what it is Xehanort fucking doing his fucking I'm the Dark Boy spiel.
Darkness and the love of darkness and darkness.
But it's like young Xehanort because, you know, time travel, that's what the game needed.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Woody, again, Nomura, never let him go unchained. It will be the end of us.
Time travel.
Sora's about to talk shit on Xehanort as he does, but it's gonna be something like, friendship, you know, and then Woody fucking puts his hand over Sora's chest like, no, I got this. And he's just like, maybe that's because no one ever loved you. And you're like,
oh my god.
Man, Woody's so cool.
oh my god, Jim Hanks. Oh my god.
I'm the snake in your boot, bud.
James Hanks.
James
No,
Hanks.
that's the funniest part about anytime Woody is in a video game or something is because Tom Hanks can't do the video games and stuff. His brother Jim Hanks literally does it.
Oh,
that's
funny.
legitimately his
I
brother.
didn't know he had a brother. That's very cool to know.
Yeah, he says it with such a smirk on one of the interview shows. I think it's Graham Norton. There's a clip of it where like Graham Norton asks him, "Is this you?" on like a doll. He's like, and he has the biggest smile on his face, like he's about to fucking prank everybody. He's like, "No, it's not. It's my brother Jim."
My brother Jim.
And I'm just like, yo, Tom pulling the biggest heist ever, getting away with.
He's just like,
it's funny.
He's just like, yo, your
He gave
childhood a lie.
He gave his brother a job and gets to keep doing shit. Like,
What a world. But
like he has the
and
biggest
keeps
shit.
collecting those royalty checks.
But
so
on that,
fucking
yeah. So overall, there's not overall. There's, but Final Fantasy VII Remake, super good. I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to play more of it. I might play a little bit more of it today, later today.
I'm probably gonna play more after the podcast.
And,
'cause I
look
wanted
forward
to today,
to-
but I was making.
Look
assets.
forward
I'll
to
probably buy it
a.
at some point.
What'd you say?
You should, dude. You like it. It's really fun.
No, I was actually probably gonna play it.
It's super good, dude. It's super good. It gives you a little bit of a different interpretation of Seven overall. Maybe you'll play the original one. Who knows? There's a 1080.
Yeah,
there's a
knowing
1080p version of the game on PS4, so you might as well.
Yeah. And Switch, yeah, and knowing now from my brother, there's like a ×3 speed on the original like re-release of it. I'm 100% down to play it with a 3x speed.
Yeah, and look forward to maybe a special episode with one of my friends who knows a lot about Seven, so we'll get him on here and definitely talk a lot more about it. So on that, I guess the next topic is the PS4, the PS5 controller, right?
PS5 controller,
Yeah.
boys.
Damn, boy, he's thick. Like, damn.
Well, you know,
Like,
what's funny?
damn, boy.
It essentially is just PlayStation's Xbox controller.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just about to say. Is that it literally just
yeah.
looks like an Xbox controller?
I mean, so like, I don't entirely not like it. I like it. If it comes
But
in
there's
black,
some
if it comes in
really
black, then I
very-
like it.
Hold on. We're talking about the look, but let's talk about its features.
Oh yeah, what
Because
are the
it has-
features?
It has, I believe this is called I think it's adaptive triggers, where
Yeah. I saw that.
where when you're playing a game, say you're pulling a bow back, Phil, it will create more tension as you pull the bow back more, so that it
Like
feels...
you'll actually have to like pull harder on the trigger to like feel it.
right.
You know what I
Same
mean?
thing for like driving cars, like on the gas pedal and stuff.
Huh? That's cool.
Like when you
Yeah.
like
Like they said that their like design philosophy with this controller is that they want to have it be like you literally just like feel the game in the controller.
There's haptive I think it's called haptic it's haptic something, but it's essentially the vibrations are more in tune with the game, so that it's not just there's like in the current controllers there's like a small and a large, but in these controllers it's gonna respond more to the like whatever happens to the game. You can have like a massive vibration in the controller or a very light one.
Okay.
It's closer to the Switches.
I really hope that they use these features to like their advantage, like a lot, unlike like fucking Switch with the HD Rumble, like nothing uses it.
And there's a thing that Sony said they're gonna try to do, and I'm gonna have to find the article on this because I only heard it from another video, and so don't like attack me in the
Don't quote me on this one.
like, yeah, if this is just
Yeah,
like a rumor, but I heard that what they want to do is they want to use technology where you can through like a website from them or something, you can send in like a picture of like your ears. They'll do a scan and create headphones that will perfectly immerse your ears in like the
Oh my
sound
God.
metric.
I know that
That's
I know a lot of
pretty-
people
that's
were
pretty
comparing it to the boomerang controller for the PS3.
Yeah.
I don't
But
like I said.
it's closer to Xbox One.
Yeah,
controller.
like I said, I don't mind it. I think it actually look like I know we're talking about everything else, but like I don't dislike it. Like it.
In terms of controllers, I'm always more in tune with what the features are, because that's all you can really ask for. If you're looking for comfortable, like think about the N64 controller.
Oh God. No.
The things that it did add, like the Z button, the
Revolutionary.
Yeah, the things that it added were cool and good.
The analog stick.
for the industry. However, the design wasn't that comfortable.
Yeah.
But then
Especially since like you could there is no way to hold that controller to where you can access all of the buttons easily.
But then when other companies make controllers with the same features but redesigned, it got better. And that's what has to be done in the industry, is that you just have to move forward with it. So as long as the features are really good, and the features on this one sound amazing, I don't really care
Hell,
about
there's a
the look.
microphone built
Yeah.
into it. now.
I know for a fact let me just say this real quick. I know for a fact that it's going to be comfortable at this point, because if they make a controller that isn't comfortable, they've gone backwards, and there's just no one's gonna do that.
Yeah.
In their design teams. They're
is
just not gonna let that
Is
happen.
it true? Because I think I heard
Yeah.
is it true that it will have like what the Xbox One controller has, like the paddles in the back? Is that true? Is that confirmed? Like, you know how the Xbox One control, I think Pro Elite controller has like the they're not buttons, but they're like levers or like switches where you can map them to certain buttons, map them to buttons, and you can play games like that way.
I'm not entirely sure about that one. I didn't really see anything about that.
Because if it does, that would be really cool. Because if you've ever seen it, dude,
That would
it's
be pretty sick.
Like playing games where you would have like
Let's see. Yeah,
you can have like L1 and R1 mapped to like, or like R2.
So I pulled up a list of features here.
Okay, that's good enough.
So yeah, like I mentioned, haptic feedback is what it's called.
Okay.
For the vibration. 3D audio and haptic feedback support of the controller are also things that when you try them, you'll be surprised at how big a change they are. I don't think I'll be surprised. I think I get the gist of what it's going to change. Adaptive triggers, like I said, it's based purely on what you're doing in the game, which is amazing. There's a new create button.
Oh, I
instead
just
of the
read
share
that.
button.
I actually
I was
just
going to talk
read
about
that.
that next.
Yeah, instead of the share button, there's a create button.
That's cool. I like that.
And it'll perform the same function and more. And I assume at this point they're gonna make it so you can edit the videos on the thing.
Yeah,
that would probably be
that was a feature that was really missing with the PS4.
that's probably the next best thing. Because even at least with the photos on the Switch, you can put like text and stuff on them.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it.
like,
I see adaptive triggers. Is that what I'm talking about, or is that just like the normal like L1 R1?
No, that's the thing. That's the thing that I was
the
talking
adaptive triggers is the thing where it like the tension becomes more
Yeah.
like depending on
Okay.
like, what the game.
And it's
there
finally
is-
USB-C. Thank God. Thank
yeah.
God.
there is. I think they've added a built-in microphone now. So now there are speakers. There's already speakers on it, but now there's
Yeah.
a built-in microphone as well.
That's cool.
Which I really hope that they take that like to their advantage when it comes to like some games, because I feel like that could lead to some cool stuff.
Which thing?
Like other than just like chatting on the fly.
Oh, yeah,
like
oh,
if
yeah,
you're
the
playing
microphone.
fucking COD.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was actually, I'm happy about the USB-C thing, obviously, since that's what most chargers are going to be now.
Yeah.
Because like the other night, I remember like a month ago, I was playing FF14 and I used my mouse and keyboard for that on PS4 because it has that function, which is really cool. So I was charging my controller, and I got up to like go to the bathroom and came back, and I saw like my camera spinning in the my camera went up and it started spinning. I'm like, what the fuck? And when I went to my controller, like the port was hot. I think the charger was just broken and like overheated my thing, and I was like, holy shit, this is crazy. I hope I didn't break my controller. I didn't, and I had to actually scour my house at like 11 o'clock at night just to find I don't even remember the fucking name, a USB charger, just like a normal old one.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck, do we even have these anymore?
Like a Type 2 or whatever it's called.
Yeah, and I was like, holy shit, do we even have these? And I found one, thank God. But like, it just kind of sucks. But now everything's USB-C, so thankfully it's USB-C, which I don't doubt they would have not done that.
Yeah, they also apparently moved the light bar to, instead of on the top, they put it around like the middle of the controller.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
that.
like the touchpad.
And
thing.
so that's gonna create the thing they wanted to create with the top light bar. It's gonna make it more like noticeable and like.
Yeah, no, it's actually kind of upsetting because like the light bar does a lot of cool things like with certain games.
Oh
like,
sure, but
it's gonna do the same thing. It's just in a different spot now.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like the light bar
It's more in
on
your
the
face.
PS4 controller, it's cool, but you don't see.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just
Like
on
when
the
you
top,
play
you're
like when you
oh,
play
wait, it
Guilty
is the
Gear,
right
when you pick
color.
your character, the light bar actually like
Or
flashes.
Spyro when it helps indicate your health.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's cool. No, I really like it. The thing that kind of upset me was when they did the PS5 thing, and they were going over like the specs, and you can tell like the dude clearly knew what he was talking about with all like the specs and how they're doing everything. It just kind of annoyed me that everyone in the chat was just spamming Z's. I'm like, well, why are you spamming Z's? This is important. This is like super duper important to how you play your video games.
Real quick to what Bottle said earlier about like integrating the built-in microphone into the game instead of just chatting with friends. There is according to this article, there was an unearthed Sony patent that showed off a little bit of voice control with the controller.
Ooh.
So maybe. I don't know how.
Like an Alexa or like Hey Google kind of thing.
But there leaves open what Bottles mentioned, possibly integrating that into the game, so you can if it's
imagine like a voice command game is like
or
essentially what
like
I'm
LA
thinking.
Noire, where you can integrate like responses to react to the characters.
Yeah,
wow, that's even better for like RTS games.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah, like you could just
like
be,
that's actually where like, hey, this troop go over there, or hey, this troop go over here.
But that's not one of the confirmed features that was apparently on an unearthed
it's just
patent.
like a rumor. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
If it's on this one.
Okay, but if that is true, that's really fucking cool.
Speaking of rumors, kind of unrelated, but just kind of related to talking about like new hardware that was seen with like a console. Because I actually forgot to write this down. It was just like something I wanted to bring up. Have you heard about the new Switch update?
I heard that they added the ability to remap buttons.
Okay, so essentially what is being rumored now, which no one knows if this is true or not, or if there's any basis, but apparently there was a new firmware update with the Nintendo Switch that just happened.
Oh yeah, it was
and
like 10.0.
Yeah. And people data mined it, and there's like a secret function that may like let it be like have like dual screen like compatibility, which people are like, what the fuck does that mean?
Connect to your TV and use the Switch?
No, like the Switch will have two screens, like a giant fucking DS.
What?
Yeah, like people are mad confused.
So maybe possibly they're gonna release like an add-on, like the GBA like light and whatnot.
Yeah, it seems like what people are thinking is either they're gonna come out with like a Switch add-on that adds a second screen to make it like DS-like, which is kind of weird and seems kind of bulky.
Especially because the main Switch does have a touchscreen.
Yeah, and then like the second theory is that they're gonna come out with like a whole new version of the Switch that has two screens.
Yeah. Oh, well, we've been here. There's still been.
Yeah.
We still haven't heard anything about the Switch Pro.
Yeah.
So
people are speculating stuff like that, but then people are obviously being like, well, what about if you have the old Switch and then it's not compatible, or what about like the like obvious concerns like when like the new 3DS was coming out.
Oh yeah. I know that is super weird. I know that actually this goes back to last podcast I was talking about, like when I was playing Gunvolt. I actually completely forgot that in Gunvolt, since it was on the DS, on the 3DS, it had like the characters talking on the bottom screen and you do all the combat on top. But in the Switch port, since they can't do that, it's just the characters talking as you're fighting too, and as you're going through the map, so that can be really kind of annoying.
I still think that if they release an add-on, like a physical add-on, it's gonna be like a Chromecast style thing, so you can connect the Switch to your TV without the dock, and therefore have two screens. Or it's just going to be a thing where
the Chromecast thing would be pretty fucking dope.
Or they don't do a physical release and it's just a software thing, and the Switch somehow has a built-in way to do the same thing that I mentioned with the Chromecast thing, but without the physical add-on. But knowing Nintendo, it'll be a physical add-on because they really like.
I was gonna say, what the fuck is Chromecast?
It's just that you plug it into the back of your TV and then you can.
Like the Amazon thing. Okay.
What would be? You want to know what would be really fucking cool if they did the thing that you said, where it was like they connected to the TV, so like the TV is the main screen and your Switch is like the secondary screen.
Yeah.
That would make porting Wii U like games like so much fucking.
And guess
easier.
what? Everyone wants support of fucking 3D World.
Fucking 3D World.
Yeah. So, come on, man. Give me less of a reason to own a Wii U. We talked about this before. I was like, man, the Wii U has nothing now, and it's like, well, it has like 3 or 4 games.
It is 3D World and Nintendo Land, and what if the Switch does what essentially the Wii U did? Then it's fucked.
Dude, give me Pikmin 3 on Switch.
But the Switch already has a good enough library that some Wii U.
Oh, I know it does, but like it could be more.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's what I'm saying. Some of the good Wii U games being ported to it wouldn't be the worst thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yo, you hear about the fucking rumored like HD Mario collection?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I hope it's
supposedly it's
true.
gonna be 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy.
I would.
Yeah,
oh my God.
that'd be cool.
If the next Nintendo Direct fucking announces that, everyone will drown in my.
I will coom.
The only direct, like, and I'm not talking like the redo Mario games where it's just 2D Mario but in 3D. Like, the only direct sequel to a 3D Mario game is Galaxy 2. So it makes sense to do a 64 Sunshine Galaxy bundle, rebuild situation.
Yeah.
It's like to keep with the Crash 3 games, Spyro 3 games thing. The only issue is that
Go ahead.
The only issue is that, and I saw a video specifically about the Sonic Adventure remake thing, and how everyone's like, I want this, and I think this hints at it, but it doesn't, because it's not,
Man, people are talking about like a Sonic trilogy shit. Where's my Sly Cooper games? Come on.
Here's the thing. Everything that someone says is a rumor to a Sonic Adventure remake is just a normal thing. It's not.
I know that, but like, where's my if there was a game trilogy I'd want, it would be fucking Sly Cooper.
Yeah, I get that. But yeah, no, the thing is, the video I watched mentioned that if Sega is going to even announce it, they have to do it before Nintendo officially announces a Mario one, because if they don't, then they're going to be like on Nintendo's heels, copying them, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not going to look good for Sega. So if they are going to do something like that, they have to.
Hey man, Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Remember that.
However, there was supposed to be a big announcement for Sonic by South by Southwest that was canceled, and then they said we'll announce it otherwise. But then they literally recently delayed.
They just delayed it again.
So I'm like, ugh, because
I'm not gonna lie, kind of pissed me off.
Nintendo can do a direct any time of the week with like voiceover. So like they literally.
Well, the thing is that Sega could just drop a trailer. Let's be real.
Yeah, but we don't know if they have a full trailer or anything set. They could have just been planning a big announcement.
Well, yeah. Well, they could they could just have the Sonic Twitter be like, new game. This is it. This is our idea.
Yeah.
Boom.
I don't know. Well, they also like doing the announcements through like their streams and stuff lately. If they're
or have it be a part of a Nintendo Direct. Like, I don't give a shit how you do it.
At this point,
just do it.
God, unless they're announcing a new console, they can do it during a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, exactly.
What Sega just announces a Sega console again?
Yeah, like a
fucking Dreamcast 2.
Dude, if they announce
Dreamcast 2.
Dude, I'll die the day that they do that.
Dreamcast 2, this time it's personal.
I will literally die. Dreamcast 2.
The dream is cast.
Oh my god. The dream is not.
And the game that comes with it is a fishing game.
Yeah, it's Sega Bass Fishing HD remake.
Yes, Sega Bass Fishing 3. Let's go.
There's no Sega Bass Fishing HD.
There's a crossover with Final Fantasy. You get Noctis. Everyone's fishing, having a good time.
They re-released the fucking fishing controller now with haptic feedback.
Yes.
Oh no!
Yes, we need it.
You're right.
Bro, that would make the Sonic Adventure remake Big the Cat. Let's go.
Dude. No, my brother was like, yo, but they could change Big the Cat. And I'm like, no, don't change him.
No.
Also, by the way,
No,
I made this statement.
The exact same.
I made this
Horrible.
statement before when the rumors were going around for an Adventure remake. I made the statement to like someone else, maybe it was to Ripshit or something. But when they announced it, it was just like, I want them to do exactly what Crash and Spyro did. The second that Sega goes, let's change something, they ruin it.
No.
They will ruin it.
They ruin like a Sonic game.
Exactly. They will make it. They'll add boost. No one wants boost in Adventure. No one wants boost in Adventure. Just keep it the same. Just do it. Just rebuild like, the assets. That's it.
Yeah. That's like the thing with like an Adventure remake. Like if they announce it, I'm gonna be simultaneously really happy and really horrified.
I'll want a trailer. You know, if they show a gameplay trailer and it looks exactly the same, I won't be nearly as skeptic.
I'm still gonna be as skeptical because they announced and showed classic Sonic for like Forces and it looked fine and it felt terrible.
No, that's true. But for adventure gameplay style, all we need to know is that there's no boost and that it looks like adventure.
Bruh, if like one of the like title cards for like the Sonic Adventure remake trailer is literally just like no boost, I will die.
Now featuring nothing different. It's just the same game.
It's just the game.
It's the same game with HD graphics and the new voice actors.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
That'd be really sick.
Ryan Drummond.
Ben Schwartz.
Ben Schwartz.
That's true. But my boy Ryan...
Bro, there have been rumors going around saying that Ben Schwartz is going to be replacing Roger in the games because Roger's retiring.
Yeah?
I saw those, but I haven't heard anything from Roger.
Yeah, I haven't...
That he's retiring.
Yeah, I haven't heard of anything of Roger, like, retiring. Literally just, like, the post that says that Ben Schwartz would be replacing him.
Yeah. No, I've seen the same thing you're talking about, and I honestly don't fully believe it. Because, to be honest, Sega would be making a big leap. Because Sega's connection to the Sonic movie with Ben Schwartz is not as much as people think. They have enough lead to assist in certain parts of it, but it's still Paramount's thing. It's the directors and the writers.
I keep forgetting that that John Schwartz, that Ben Schwartz, aka John Ralphio from Parks and Rec, is Sonic, and it's just weird.
It's really weird when I go watch the new episodes of DuckTales and he's still Dewey.
and he's fucking Dewey.
Oh, he's Dewey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's every 90s Blue character.
Yeah, he's also Leonardo in Rise of
that
TM
I heard. That I heard too.
Yeah, he's every 90s Blue
Oh,
character.
that was something that threw me off about DuckTales, is that Donald speaks like a person.
No.
That's only twice.
Oh, it's only twice, but he's still talking.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, he does? Okay.
The first time is at the season 1 finale, because it's like an epic climax thing, and they're like, I can't understand you, so Scrooge, like, shoves a fucking, like, device down his throat that, like, makes him speak like Don
really
Cheadle.
Cool. I like that.
And then the second time is a recent episode, actually, when the genie from the movie comes in, and Donald unwittingly makes a wish that everything was just normal while they're looking for the lamp. He ends up touching the lamp while making the wish. And the genie makes their lives, aka normal, like a sitcom, but literally a sitcom. And Donald, in a normal voice, is Don Cheadle again.
Don Cheadle?
Yeah, dude, War Machine.
Fucking War Machine.
Let's go, Don Cheadle, the man.
Dude, it's so funny.
No, that's really cool. I like
my favorite thing is they did like a funny interview thing with Don Cheadle when they first had him voice Donald at the end of the first season of DuckTales, and the fucking subtitle, because it was right after Infinity War.
Oh yeah, it was like Thanos Survivor.
Yeah, it was Thanos Survivor.
Oh, Thanos Survivor, Don Cheadle.
That's so great. I was like, that's amazing that Disney, like, dude, the humor in DuckTales is so good because it's literally like Disney just doesn't watch them.
No, I've heard it's like actually
I really gotta
good.
fucking watch it.
Dude, it's so good. Like the biggest thing they did was the end of the second season is a whole like big space thing, and the entire thing is scored by an epic orchestra version of the Moon theme.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, that I saw.
It's so good. And they actually, because their mom is in the series, when they were doing an episode with her.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Where they actually go into the story about it.
Yeah, she sings lyrics to the Moon theme as like a lullaby. Oh yeah,
I did see that.
As like a lullaby she did for the boys.
That's really cool.
What I want to know is because
so cool.
Miss Beakley, the maid to Scrooge, is the grandmother of Webby, like the girl of the crew.
Yeah.
She's the grandmother. Who's Webby's mom? That's what I think the next big arc should be.
Oh, that'd be really cool. I'd like that.
Because if the grandmother is like because Miss Beakley is like part secret agent as well. That's why she's with Scrooge as his quote unquote maid.
Yeah.
If that's the case, who's the mom? That's what I want to know. Or maybe her parents are both related to that life, you know, like that. Like, there's so many cool fucking things that they've set up, and they actually, in a recent episode, they actually put in Chippendale Rescue Rangers as like a cameo.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Ooh, that's
dude,
cool.
Dude, it's so good because like they
showed
them.
All right, real talk. Where's my Tailspin revival?
They're actually also set to appear in the season, Tailspin.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, they're
literally DuckTales has become the Disney afternoon show.
Dude, it's so good. No,
that's
here's the thing.
sick though.
So Goof Troop Goofy is who appears in the Genie episode.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
Even though it is a wish sequence and not all real, they make the joke at the end that Goofy was real somehow in the cave with them.
Yeah.
During the adventure. So Goofy is established there. There's a neat moment that I think I retweeted on Twitter where he's showing Donald a bunch of pictures of Max, and at the bottom of the photos
it's him and Roxanne at the prom.
Him and Roxanne at the prom.
So Max just smashes Roxanne.
Oh my god.
Like, let's go.
Well, it's so funny because in an extremely goofy movie, which is technically a sequel, even though it was straight to DVD.
No, hold on. It's now the whole Meebo shit, bitch. You really live like this, and it's Max and Roxanne. It's just now canon. It happened.
Like, in an extremely goofy movie, Roxanne is just gone, but she was the whole purpose for the adventure in, well, not the whole purpose, but she was the whole reason why Max lied in the first Goofy movie.
Yeah.
So it was really funny that she was just not mentioned at all.
Realistically, an extremely goofy movie is just Goofy's story. Realistically,
it is, but also
Yeah,
to their credit, it was just straight to DVD, mindless. You know,
was it? That movie was straight to DVD.
it was extremely
Wow,
goofy movie was
really?
straight to DVD. Yeah, Goofy movie, the first one was not.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, that one,
Yeah,
that one.
they're two
I
separate.
actually had no
but
idea.
extremely
that was
goofy
straight to
movie
DVD.
was straight to DVD.
Huh, interesting. That's something you learn new every day.
But yeah, but the thing is, they showed a thing at the convention, at like Comic-Con like a year or so ago of season 3, like a poster for it, and it shows like all these Saturday afternoon characters.
Yeah.
And what's funny about the Chip and Dale one is that it's an episode specifically centered around Dewey and Launchpad, and they literally just appear to help them get out of like a cage. They have no lines. The only thing is they build their little ship, their little blimp, and in the background as they're doing is the theme song to Rescue Rangers. The entire time.
That's cool.
Every time they appear, they do the theme song to Rescue Rangers again.
Is it all of them, or is it just Chip and Dale?
Chip, Dale, what's it? Gadget was the name of the girl?
Yeah.
Gadget and the mustache one that I can't remember the name of.
Montgomery.
And Montgomery, yeah. It's all of them, yeah.
But
That's good. And I hope they come back as like an actual thing. But for that episode, it was just a reference. It was just a cameo.
Yeah.
But it was still fucking awesome.
That's so really cool, though. Man, I really gotta... There's a bunch of shows that I actually have to sit down
great.
and watch, and during this quarantine, I haven't been really doing anything. Well, not quarantine, but during this whole, like, staying home movement. It's not even a movement. It's not even a movement. It's like, hey, stay home, fuckers. But, I haven't really, like, done a lot of, like, watching shows, which I should have done. Like, I should be watching DuckTales, I should be watching Owl House, I should be watching OKKO, which is weird. Which is weird because you think of anybody to watch OKKO, that'd be me.
It would be you, yeah.
Yeah, right?
You should also, Phil, just from what I said before, you should really watch the Digimon Adventure one, because it's
I really should. I
good.
really want to, like, get my bearings around Digimon again. 'Cause Digimon's, I still think Digimon's fucking dope.
No, me too, man. And it looks like they showed the current digital world for this one at the end of the recent episode, and it looks a lot like what they showed in that one trailer for Digimon Survive. So I think they're gonna tie it in to that digital world.
That's really cool.
But that being said, I think I always recommend the DuckTales reboot because it is that good. My big thing is, and I know there's probably a lot of people like this. My brother is of this mindset, the same one I mentioned before, is of this mindset that he gets so mad about, not mad per se, but like he thinks cartoons are dumb when they get that serious. In the same way that a lot of people who see Sonic Adventure 2 and they see the slightly serious story arc for Sonic and they're like, that's dumb. You know, it's that situation where it's like, it shouldn't be that serious because it's that. But I'm like, I think that for kids these days, serious story arcs like that are the best fucking thing. It can writers, it can create
I'm a big fan of a
directors.
cartoon having a story.
It's great. There's no like Avatar is one of the best fucking cartoons to exist.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
And
Very good.
It had a great story. And people hate Korra. I still like Korra. I stand by Korra. I think
Korra's a good show from what I remember.
You know, I see a lot of people that say the ending with Korra and Asami, and they're like, this was never referenced. I've watched that series in and out. Of course it fucking was referenced. People just didn't want to think about that because they didn't think Nickelodeon would do it. So they didn't see it. But it's there.
It does be like that with some people. Like, I try not to get, I guess the term is dude bro about stuff. But, one thing that did kind of make me mad was, the Thundercats Roar stuff kind of made me mad.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the fact that they had Lion-O from the original series come out and be like, whoever says the show isn't good has a poopy mouth with poop opinions. And I'm like, fuck, man, really?
Stupid.
And then they had the cave.
Is,
and then they had the cave, and it's like, Snarf, no one ever likes me. or you, and it's 2013 Lino, and I'm like,
Yeah.
because I like that show. That show was amazing.
What the Toonami one?
Yeah,
the
like,
2013
anime
one. This is when Toonami
Yeah.
wasn't a thing, but it was like the whole.
Yeah, the anime one.
Yeah, fuck, man. All right,
Dude, I love that. I love that
show's
one.
so, and then
Everyone loves that one.
No,
it's just that
apparently
no
no
one
one
watched
did.
it because they buried it.
apparently no one
No, it's
ever liked that show, and I'm like, I call massive bullshit because that
I
show
call
was
bullshit.
great.
I saw a lot of positive. I actually saw a lot of positive.
no,
stuff.
like I saw with that show is that everyone that did watch it fucking loved it. It's just the thing is that they only played it at like 5 a.m.
They did that thing that networks do when they don't really want a show to succeed because they have other shows they want to push, so they put it at the worst time slot.
Which is totally weird because, like, I guess that's like towards the end of it because I remember it being on like on Saturday nights around like 7 o'clock.
Well, Saturday. Well, the thing about certain time slots is that like if they need to fill a time because they are behind on episodes for a show or something, anything goes to those time slots. So for a while, yeah, towards the end, it was probably at that point. Plus, if it was
It wasn't. By the way, it wasn't 2011. 2013 was 2011.
Ouch.
That's when the show first came out.
Ouch.
Yeah.
But,
Because it was that so long ago.
yeah, but that.
Almost a decade ago.
Ah, shit! Oh my god.
There you go. Now it hit
Stop talking to me. Stop talking to
Now
me.
it's setting it.
But that's why I was so happy for Netflix that the Voltron series went to Netflix because there was no such thing as time slots. You know, to ruin its watchability. You know.
Yeah. It's just an unfortunate thing that happens to some shows, either because they didn't want to make it or because it's too expensive to make.
Korra had
Was
the
this?
same
Was
thing.
this? Wasn't this around the time where depending on your toy sales affected like your TV show or whatever?
That's every show.
Yeah, that's always been a thing.
What happened?
That's
every show.
always been a thing.
Oh, yeah?
with
Okay.
Stuff like that. But the thing is, so Korra had the same situation. So the first season was supposed to just be a miniseries and nothing else, but then it got ratings so good that Nickelodeon pushed it for the second season. So they made a second season, and this one was normal season length, like 20 some odd episodes, or maybe not 20, but closer, because the first season was only like 10 or 13. And then they were like, okay, we have other shows that we want to show, and you know, we gave you guys a third season. The ratings were iffy on second season because second season of Korra is probably the worst one in a lot of people's eyes. Even though it has like the first Avatar stuff, which is actually pretty good.
Oh, it's season 2.
Yeah, season 2 of Korra is actually, like, according to a lot of people, the worst one. I agree, it's not really my favorite. But season 3, what ended up happening was they started by putting it. They started by pushing it from normal Nick to Nicktoons, which, if you follow Nickelodeon from like a kid onward, you know that when they push a show to Nicktoons, that's its death.
Shit's doomed.
That's its
Yeah,
deathbed.
It's doomed.
Oh yeah. Okay. I remember that network entirely actually.
Yeah. Then because it wasn't doing as well because it went to fucking Nicktoons, they pushed it from Nicktoons over to Nick.com.
Ah, gross.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ah, gross.
So you had to watch it online. And then, when it still did well enough, and the creators had a story to tell, they did season 4 on TV, back on normal Nick.
Oh, I
But they put
vaguely
it on
remember
at like
this.
6 a.m.
Yeah,
right?
they did some terrible time slots for it.
Oh, okay.
So-
Also,
They gave it the Danny Phantom treatment.
Yeah.
God. Okay, so I did do a little bit of digging. So I was sort of right. Apparently, 2011 Thundercats did regularly air on Friday nights on Cartoon Network at 8:30 p.m. So I was sort of right.
Which is kind of late for a Cartoon Network.
I mean,
show
but
to
it wasn't. But it
honestly be
wasn't
airing
like
new episodes.
it was probably part of that whole like not like the Friday nights that they did way back when, but it was part of that whole like, hey man, you're ready instead of like kiddie cartoons, here's like action-packed cartoons.
Yeah.
Which
No, I get
which real quick hot take. I really do kind of miss super action cartoons. Not gonna lie to you.
Oh, everyone does.
Okay,
dude.
cool. I know. I definitely know I'm not like the only one, but like, fuck, man, give me back like all that cool shit from like 2005 to about
you know what
2011.
other show fucking had? Yeah, you know what other fucking show had that fucking like Danny Phantom, Korra, fucking Thundercats treatment?
What?
Fucking Symbiotic Titan.
Yes,
Oh,
I knew you were
dude.
gonna say that. That
Dude,
show
Symbiotic Titan
was
fuck.
getting to be really, really good, and
Yeah.
then it just ended, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
It's just because, dude, it's either the show is too expensive to make or the network just wants a tax write-off.
Yeah,
Well,
and
and-
what you're talking about, like what you're talking about before, like airing at like 5 in the morning. I do remember waking up one day and watching, like I remember waking up, turning the TV on in like high school or some shit, and I saw an episode on. I'm like, that's weird. How come this is on at like 5 in the morning?
Yeah, it's not only for like the tax stuff and everything too. Like I said earlier, it's also if they make a new show and they want that show to succeed because it hits everything the PR team wants it to hit. So they want this show to succeed. They replace it with the time slot and push the other one to some other time slot. They're like, it'll be fine. People like it, but it won't because it's on a time slot that no one can watch it at.
That's upsetting.
Nick is honestly the biggest offender of this because they
Oh,
make
yeah,
so
bro,
many they make so many shitty sitcoms that they're like, it hits every generic demographic point we need it to hit, so it needs to succeed, so let's put it on. It's like how for some reason Teen Nick, even though like I have Teen Nick on as my default channel, I say it without shame because it does show like they show the 90s Nick time slot, like Nick's Flat late at night, and also they have like Drake and Josh and stuff sometimes that I can
That's
like,
cool.
cool. So like I leave it on in the background because I'm like, at some point something I like will show up and I'll be like, oh, neat.
I don't have cable in my room. Is Nickelodeon still a channel?
Yes, there's
Okay.
Nick,
Yeah.
there's Nicktoons and Teen Nick,
Okay.
and Nick Jr. But
Oh, is Nicktoons still a thing? No, right?
yes, no, Nicktoons is yeah.
No,
Oh,
Nicktoons
is it?
still
I haven't
exists.
seen. I guess I just have basic cable now, but like.
But yeah, no. So
I'm gonna do some
they
research real quick.
so yeah, with Teen Nick, the thing is they show like there are days where all the episodes they show of shows are just Sam and Cat, even though that was a terrible failed series.
Oh my god.
Because
fuck that
for
show.
some reason, and I have a theory that they're really trying to see if they can force the ratings out for it so they can see like people really wanted it, so we're gonna bring it back, even though A, Janet McCurdy and Ariana Grande apparently hated each other.
I mean, that's fair.
And B, no one liked it. So I don't know why they only show that show on Teen Nick, but it's the only thing they show.
Sucks.
Hmm?
Oh man.
Yeah. But
Oh, dude. Speaking of cartoons, I guess that could be a good segue into another topic I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I was gonna say we
uh,
diverged pretty quickly from all that video game stuff.
Yeah, so Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge just came out.
Oh,
I did not watch
I
it.
think I heard about that. How is it? Was it good?
I've heard about it, but I did not watch it yet again.
Bro, I watched it yesterday. It's so good.
I saw the
dude.
thumbnail. I like the art style they went for.
It's very Batman animated.
Yeah,
series.
that's exactly what I thought when I saw it.
But bro, like they do not skimp out on like the gore.
Oh,
It's
of course.
very Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, of course they should never for Mortal Kombat.
Bro,
That's cool.
they literally do animated X-ray moves.
That's awesome. That's good.
They kind of did like a weird thing. Like it's called Scorpion's Revenge, but it's like half the movie is Scorpion's story and half the movie is like Liu Kang and the Earthrealm people.
Okay.
And essentially, it's just like a retelling of like Mortal Kombat 1. But it's kind of weird because they have like a couple characters from like the later games. Like they have like Reptile and they have Baraka in the movie. Quan Chi's in the movie. He's like the main
Quan
villain.
Chi.
But like they get a lot of the lore correct. Like shockingly enough.
Like the revamped lore or like the newer lore? Not revamped or newer. Like the old lore or like the newer lore from like Mortal Kombat 11.
it's the older lore.
Okay.
Where like literally the movie starts out with the Lin Kuei slaughtering Scorpion's village.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so fucking sick, dude. And like you literally see Scorpion's son die.
Oh.
It's so fucked up. And then like essentially like what happens is the scene, I don't want to like spoil the whole movie, but like this part was like really cool. It's literally the first 5 minutes. Sub-Zero is holding Scorpion's son by his neck.
Okay.
And then Scorpion's like, what do you want me to do? I'll do anything. And then Sub-Zero's just like, get on your knees.
Ooh.
And then he gets on his knees and he just fucking freezes him. And then, like, while he's there, he's just like, kills his son, like, while he can't move. And Scorpion's just like, you're gonna die for this. I will bring vengeance. I will have my revenge. You're gonna fucking die. And then Sub-Zero goes, you first, and then kills him.
Oh my god.
It's so good. It's so fucking... Johnny Cage is so funny.
Yeah.
He literally...
Okay, that's good.
Literally, when he first gets to the island, he is, like, convinced that he's in a movie. Like, on set. Like, he doesn't realize that, like, the tournament's real.
That's funny.
And, like, all of the action scenes are so fucking good.
That kind of brings me back to, like, the Street Fighter Alpha movie. And
yeah.
the Darkstalkers movie, like animation, like Night Warriors, and to a further extent the not King of Fighters, but I think it's not Final Fight, Fatal Fury animation, or not like movie.
I didn't even know that they made a Fatal.
They did make a Fatal Fury movie. Well, it's because like Fatal Fury and Kingdom Hearts, fuck. Fatal Fury, King of Fighters, and Final Fight are all in like the same universe. Yeah, essentially.
Did you guys know there was an Animal Crossing movie?
No, I didn't actually. That's weird.
I found this out a couple weeks ago. There is an Animal Crossing movie, and I think, if I'm incorrect, I'm looking it up right now just to make sure I'm correct. But as I say it, I believe. It was made. Is made by distributed by Toho.
Oh yeah, that's kind of funny.
Made by OLM Inc., which I don't know exactly who that is. So essentially, it's exactly what an Animal Crossing movie would be. The characters all look like the characters. They actually do a neat thing where they play the exact music that would play in the scenarios where you need it to. And someone posted a link to it somewhere a while back during the release of New Horizons, and that's how I heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
But
I just looked up. I see like the screenshots and shit.
Yeah, it surprised me. Yeah, but there was an Animal Crossing movie. I don't know at what point. I think it may have been around City Folk, maybe. But it, yeah.
You know what that kind of.
You
know what that kind of reminds me of? Have you ever seen the Nintendo versus Sega anime?
I have a little bit. Yeah, I've seen tidbits. I didn't watch it in full.
Yeah. Like it's literally everything like but in name. Like the main character is literally just Sonic, and the villain is Mario, and it's like a territorial like fantasy anime with so much fan service.
Yeah. Well, what is it called again?
I can't remember what it was called. I'm gonna look it up.
Oh, also, heads up. There are two. I think. Oh no, there's one. Never mind. I'm an idiot.
I'm so disappointed that I looked up Mario versus Sonic anime and the fucking beatbox battle shit came up.
Oh
no. I will say this as well on the same subject.
Oh god, is there two?
Because we.
Oh, it's called. Just to end up the thing. The anime is called World War Blue.
What was it called again?
It's called World War Blue.
Woo?
Blue, like the color.
Oh, blue. Oh, okay.
I'll say this as well, since we're on the topic of like weird anime adaptations of stuff, as well as I brought up earlier that Lilo and Stitch thing.
Oh yeah.
There is a Lilo and Stitch anime. Actually, it's just Stitch anime. It takes place after Leroy and Stitch, which was the last like spin-off sequel thing they did. And Stitch comes to Earth, finds a girl that he thinks is Lilo. I don't know if she's related to Lilo, but he thinks she's Lilo at first, and then she's not, and they get along. And you actually end up seeing what happened because he meets up with adult Lilo. and it's a very sad moment because I remember watching it and being really upset way back when. But I recently saw someone talk about it on Twitter because Lilo and Stitch was trending because of the Tumblr thing I mentioned earlier. And someone brought up the anime, and I was like, oh yeah, because it actually had the opening to that Lilo and Stitch anime was done by the Pillows, who did the music for Fooly Cooly.
Oh, that's really cool.
Huh.
So
they would do a Lilo and Stitch soundtrack one day.
It was a weird trippy thing. The opening includes like Stitch, Bleakley, and Jumba doing like a rock band performance. And it shows like the female Stitch doing it and shows Stitch trying to impress her. But then while he's on stage, another like red Stitch looking alien is like trying to woo her as well, and he gets mad and starts attacking him with the guitar. And it's all very in character. And then at the very end, the fucking like background of like the starry sky breaks and it's a box in the middle of the Hawaiian beach.
Well, that's really cool.
It's just really funny.
Man, I actually might try and go back and watch the Street Fighter Alpha movie because it looks sick. I think there's a couple of cool scenes in that movie. I think there's one where I think Chun-Li fights Vega and it's really cool. I think there's a scene where like Guile beats the shit out of like Ryu or something. Because like I think they walk into a bar and they're like someone's looking for someone, and I think like Ryu and like Guile fight and he just beats the piss out of them. I'm trying to go back. It's really cool. If you actually haven't watched it, I'd recommend it. It's old, like super old, but it looks cool. And I know that like I know like the Darkstalkers, like when they did their animation, America tried to do their own thing, and it looks fucking awful. Have you ever seen it? Like the comparison between the Japanese dogs, I guess not Darkstalkers, but like Night Warriors, like Vampire Savior, whatever you want to call it. Have you've never seen this?
No, I've never.
Yo,
seen
hold
it.
on, I got you real quick. I'm the man of like. I am the man of shitposting, but like, dude, this is pretty rough.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's true. America made their
What?
own Darkstalker show. It didn't really go out very well.
How do you fuck up Morgan?
Can't make her too sexual, bud.
Morgan.
America. No, that was like America back then, I guess. I don't know.
Was the Japanese anime, was that done by Sunrise?
Sunrise? I don't know. I do have it up.
It's the animation company that did Gundam Wing, because that looks like Relina.
Oh yeah.
It does look a lot like a fucking Gundam anime. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, who did?
It also kind of looks like the old JoJo OVA.
Yeah, it does. No, it was actually done by Madhouse.
Oh. Yeah, that is definitely. They must have had people that worked on Gundam Wing or something, because Phil, I'm sure you've seen Gundam Wing. That
Of course I
literally
have,
looks
dude. Come on.
Of course, that literally looks like Relina.
Gundam Wing, my least favorite.
Dude, I love Gundam.
Of course you would.
Well, it was also the first. It was one of the first anime ever.
Well, yeah, well, like, you know, like Madhouse did Trigun. They did a Bomberman show. That's cool. There was hold on. Oh, okay, never mind. I saw Pet Shop of Horrors. I went, wait, what? I was like, that can't be right. Oh, Madhouse also did Cardcapture Sakura. That's kind of cool. Madhouse did Kirby Right Back at You. That's cool.
Yo, nice.
That's kind of cool. I was actually gonna go bring that up super quick and ask, since we were talking about like Sega and shit like that, what's one of your, I guess, favorite Nintendo properties? I guess you can say.
Punch Out.
What'd you say?
Punch Out.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like that.
That is tough because I know I had like a favorite one that wasn't just like one of their staples.
I was going with like their staple, like their own thing, like Nintendo did this game specifically.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what my.
I wish they would do something with Star Tropics, like literally anything.
So
I think.
Well, I am gonna go with mine, because unless you count like maybe one or two games, there literally is not a bad version of this person's game. It's Kirby.
You're not.
There
wrong.
is no
there is not a bad
Kirby game. I've even looked them up. There's not a single bad Kirby game. At least I could be wrong. I'll do it again.
The only Kirby game that I really don't like playing is Kirby's Dream Land 2. But it's not because it's a bad game. I think it's just kind of annoying to play.
That's kind of what? I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit.
It's just annoying to play.
Okay.
Because sometimes, like... Because, like, 100%ing that game is kind of annoying because, like, you have to go back into the level with the animal friend and then you have to keep it for, like, the whole level, and it's just... It's kind of annoying, but, like, that's not a fault of the game, and, like, it's not required.
So you're saying it has to be Nintendo only? It can't
I would say, like, a
third-party
Nintendo IP themselves, like, like Mario,
Okay.
Kirby,
So
Zelda.
Nintendo IP, I'm going with Splatoon.
Okay, I guess I would count.
I just like the aesthetic. The world is good too, like the Octo expansion for Splatoon 2.
Yeah,
was
like
amazing.
I would say that would count.
That's probably my favorite like Nintendo one. However, if there's third party involved, Astral Chain is fucking amazing.
Astral Chain's great. Astral Chain's a really cool game.
Because that is technically a
forgot that game
Nintendo
came
only
out.
IP made by Platinum, but
Yeah.
it's still Nintendo's own.
No, that game's super good. I've seen
Fucking
a lot of
love
cool
Astral
stuff on it. If honestly, dude, if they wanted to do like a male and female character for Smash, they should have picked them over Byleth any day of the week. That would have been
Oh,
awesome.
absolutely, dude. That would have been so cool. I didn't even think about that.
Dude,
Had
they have
been able to do
Mecha
that,
Robo
that
stands.
would've
As
been
soon as I
really
saw
good.
that, I went,
They
what?
They have Bayonetta, who is also Platinum. They could have done Astral. Well,
Yeah,
Fighters
everyone
Pass
would have been happy with that.
Fighters
Dude, they
Pass
literally
2.
could have done anybody else.
Yeah.
Although it would be cool to
Like-
have it would be cool to have a platinum rap, but we've been over this before. But dude, fucking man, I love Kirby games. All right, like real talk, I'm gonna get into that. I love Kirby games. Kirby games
Okay.
are great.
Kirby's great.
Dude, Kirby's so good.
And
I-
honestly, the music cures depression. It has to. It's a fact. Like it's a
Kirby
fact.
music is
You're
Kirby
not
music
wrong.
is really good.
Kirby
yeah.
music cures depression, like 100%. Because there's not a single song you can listen to on that soundtrack without being pumped or without getting happy or dancing or all three combined.
Oh, fuck
Like
yeah, dude.
actually,
Mar-
there's no difference. I love it.
Marx's theme is like one of my favorite boss battle themes like ever.
Oh, it's so good. I love like DDD's
like
theme is really
Galactic
good.
So you want to hear about music that I mean is so good
That
it
fucking
just,
that
it lifts
slaps.
you.
There's like
Anything.
From Jet Set
No,
Radio.
well, yes,
Jet Set Radio.
yes, but anything done by and I hope I don't pronounce this wrong, Hiroyuki Sawano. He is the composer for specifically in terms of gaming, Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
As well as animes like Guilty Crown, and I think he did Alt Noah Zero, Fates. I think he did stuff for as well. But he's the one that like a lot of his music is just like really nice orchestra stuff with some beating drums and then like sick vocals. So you know it when you hear it. It's so good. It's always so good.
No, that's fair. That's
Do you know what I'm talking about, Phil?
I think so. What's the name again? How do you spell Chinese or Japanese, whatever you want to say?
Hiroyuki Sawano.
Yo.
It's like,
What the fuck?
dude, he's so good. Just look up Xenoblade Chronicles X composer.
That's probably what I would. That's probably what I would do.
It's so he is
That's
like
Xenoblade
I found
Chronicles.
there's a compilation of like his songs from anime and stuff on YouTube, and it's so fucking good. Like that shit fucking slaps.
What's funny is that I'm gonna hear this. I'm gonna see this. I'm like, oh, what did he do? And I'm gonna look at it and be like, oh, there it is. I'm just gonna do it. I'm like, oh, who's this guy? And I'm gonna be like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, let me
I'm
see.
actually, I'm
He
looking it
did-
up right now just because I'm gonna see it and be like, oh wait, I know what this is. Let me look through.
He did
It should
Soul
say
Link,
games.
Project Blue Earth, Blue Exorcist, Guilty Crown.
Oh yeah, I think I know who he is now.
He did Kill la Kill.
Oh, he did
Yeah,
Kill la Kill, Attack on Titan.
He's the
Versus
reason.
Guilty
He's
Crown,
the
yeah.
reason. Yeah, he's the reason for the songs like the one they did in that merges well with Live and Learn, as well as
Crush 40.
which-
Oh, he
yeah,
was
I
on
know
Gundam
exactly
Unicorn.
what
That explains. Yeah.
until my I think
Oh,
it's
I
the
know.
other-
Never mind. Yeah, he did the music for Gundam Narrative too. That's
The other song
interesting.
that's in Kill la Kill, the one it's like I gotta find out who killed my dad.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, he's doing the music for Hathaway's Flash too. Oh, that's sick. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. Okay, I definitely know who this
Yeah,
guy
dude,
is.
his songs are always. Whenever I hear a song in anime and it sounds like that, I'm like, oh, it's him.
It makes me mad because like personally, like I remember like everybody talks about like they're all like, oh, my favorite anime director is this and story writer and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I like music.
Dude, the composer.
I sit here and I'm like, I don't know who any of these people are, but they make good stuff.
Dude, I don't know that many composers, but ever since, because I had the actual soundtrack for Xenoblade Chronicles X, because the music was so fucking good in that game.
Xenoblade Chronicles X is the one with the Zekinator, right?
It's the one with the mechs.
All right, so that okay, I didn't play this game.
That's the one. That's the one I know both because because that's the reason I ended up buying it. I didn't buy the original Chronicles, but when X came out, the whole big thing was
I
mechs.
think it's Xenoblade 2 has a character named the Zekinator. My friend showed me that. I was like, whoa, the Zekinator.
And then me, Juan, and Richard all got on. We were like, oh, let's get this. We all got it like day one, and we were trying to get to the point where you could get multiplayer, but the multiplayer sucked, and the mechs didn't. You had to play so long to get into the mechs.
Yeah, man, it happened. Dude, for someone who likes mechs, it really do be like that.
But it was actually an okay game. It just didn't have the best setup to it because the advertisements advertised parts that were kind of lackluster in the end. But the game itself actually was okay.
If you're looking for a good mech game, Daemon X Machina is really good.
Yeah, dude,
Games are really good. It's a non-Armored Core game. That's an Armored Core game. Like, who would have thought?
Yeah. I played it with my coworker, dude. It's so fucking good.
It's really good. I remember playing. I played the demo. I was like, this game's fucking dope. It's really cool because, like, giant robot. Listen, I'm gonna get a little bit more cartoons. It is true. Chicks do dig giant robots. It's 100% facts. And if you know what I'm talking about, that show taught me a lot.
The story of Daemon X Machina gets very skippy, to put it lightly. Like, it gets to the point where you're just like, okay, great, mission, got it. Like,
okay, yeah, okay.
Because the story doesn't really matter until the end. It's one of those stories where like it gives story to the missions, but to you it's just mission.
Yeah. Okay, no, I can get behind that. It sucks because like some games I'm like that. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll skip some dialogue, whatever. Because there's some dialogue I'm like, cool, I don't give a shit about, which is really bad because something's gonna happen. I'm like, wait, what was that about? I was like, oh, I don't care. I want to play a video game. He's like, what's that about? Like, well, there's this happened. What the fuck? I said they're like a goddamn ape, like I normally do. Just go unga bunga, give me video game. I just look like a dick now. Ah, boy. But
oh boy.
Whoo boy, as Mr. Sojiro from Persona 5 would say. Whoo boy. Really good game. Really good game, by the way. It sucks. Actually, I want to talk about that super quick because like it sucks that like Persona 5 Royal came out the week before FF7, so it's like, what do I play? Why would you do this to me?
Dude, you know what's great, or what's funny to me is that like, Animal Crossing New Horizons came out, and I knew FF7 Remake was coming out, like a couple weeks after, and I knew that I was gonna be splitting my time. I have not touched Animal Crossing in weeks. My villagers are dead.
Oh, dude, how much are those turnips selling for, bud?
You know what's funny?
0.
The turnips are only like sold on like Sunday morning, and I'm never awake when they're sold. I wake up after.
Shit, man, you gotta get on those turnip prices and control the market.
I don't wake up at that time.
Come on, man.
I'm not gonna set an alarm for turnips. One day I will come
turnip
back.
Alarm.
The only reason that fucking Peter wakes up is for Wendy's breakfast. Let's be real.
That's the only time I wake up early for Wendy's breakfast. That's the only time.
I've heard that Wendy's breakfast slaps.
Dude,
it's pretty good.
Fucking does.
It's pretty good.
I might have to.
The only problem
get me some of that. I might get some of that Wendy's breakfast apparently.
I've been staying up till like 3 a.m. lately, and dude, the only thing is you have to
if you could stay up till 3 a.m., you could stay up for turnip prices. Come on.
I don't
even know the game, but I know about turnip prices.
Here's the catch. I don't like to stay up. Like if I see the sunrise, I've been up too late.
I've done it before.
Because no, I've done it before, but the thing is that my brain has always chemically been in the mindset that it's been in since school, where if I see the sun, I'm like, uh-oh, and I get like a weird tinge of guilt. Also, I have a little trouble falling asleep when the sun's out. Not just because obvious, light in your eyes, whatever, but like my body knows it's like day and it just decides you should still be up, and I'm like, fuck you.
Damn,
let me sleep.
I've done that before where this is before like I drove and my parents had to drive me to college. Very upsetting, I know, very ashamed of who I am. But I remember I fell asleep once and I woke up and I saw the clock and I was like, oh, what time is it? And I saw it was like 7 and I'm like, oh shit, I got it in like 7:50. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta wake up, I gotta go to class. Like I ran upstairs because I was sleeping downstairs in my little man cave. And I'm like, Mom, holy shit, I gotta get to class. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I gotta go to class. It's 7 a.m., right? And she's like, no, it's 7 p.m. Go back to bed, asshole.
Dude, you
And I'm
have
like,
no idea.
Okay, I'm just an asshole. And I just went back downstairs and did my usual thing I could normally do, just stay up and do whatever.
Something like that has happened to me twice. There was at one point where I woke up and panicked because I thought I missed the bus to like, this is in grade school, and I was freaking out and I was running around and I was like, oh, Brina, can you drive me to school, blah, blah, blah. And then my sister, who, bless her heart, was so tired because I had essentially woken her up because it was not the time I thought it was. It was like 2 hours prior and my brain was so confused. The second time that this happened to me was actually a couple weeks ago, or maybe like a week ago. I woke up. It was like 6 a.m. This is because I think I went to sleep. This is probably the night. So recently, because of all the quarantine stuff, I actually slept a day. I slept for 16 hours. One of the days.
That feels really good, dude. You wake up refreshed.
But it's because like it was after we did Golden Boys. And I was
yeah, okay, that makes sense. I remember that you were dead. You actually died.
Yeah, I threw up like 3 times in a row. It was not fun.
Yeah, it was bad. I was there for that. It wasn't very fun.
There was 2
hours.
Correction,
it was fun.
It was. There were 2 hours where I was trying to make sure I was fine, because that's drunk me is only like in drunk state until shit's going down. Then I'm like super aware. So once I started throwing up, I was like, I need to make sure I'm better before I do anything. So it took me about 2 hours to get to that point, and in that time, I had said nothing. I didn't even say anything when I got up to throw up. So to everyone on Discord, I was dead. But the thing about that is that it wasn't the day after. It was like a day late. It was like a few days, and like because I threw up so much, my stomach was destroyed, and I felt nauseous for like a week after. But it wasn't like bad nauseous, like throw up nauseous. It was just uncomfortable nauseous. So like because I felt nauseous, I just went to sleep earlier at like 8:30 one night, and I slept for 16 hours. But at one point in the middle, I woke up and it was like 6 a.m. But someone had woken up to make like breakfast or something, and I smelled the food, and we ate dinner at my house around like 6. So I was like, did I sleep till 6 p.m.? I was so confused because the sun was just rising, which would create the same light effect as it's setting. And I smelled food as if it was dinner. So my brain was like, Oh,
that's funny.
And luckily, my eyes were still, because I had just woken up, my eyes were still like, I had to force my eyes to focus immediately on my phone so I could see if it was AM or PM. And luckily, I was like, oh, thank God it's AM. Fuck. But like I was so like, oh my God, did it like, imagine if I was so dumb and I went downstairs to someone making breakfast, like, is it dinner time?
Dinner for breakfast
Where's
though?
my Baconator?
hey, dinner for breakfast. You know what that reminds me of?
That's anarchy.
Cooking Mama Cookstar Bitcoins.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Which is next on the docket, I think, right? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So I've only heard about the Cooking Mama thing. I didn't even know there was a Cooking Mama game coming out.
I didn't either. I have no idea what this is.
And apparently,
until this
if you played it overheated your Switch and farmed for Bitcoin? Question mark.
So alright, so explain to me fully what this is, because I have not heard anything about this.
Okay, so I have no fucking clue what Phil's talking about.
Wait, no, I heard that it like it would make your Switch try to farm for Bitcoin and stuff.
That's not something I heard about.
Cool.
Actually, you might have to explain that after I explain what I was gonna talk about. So, in the vein of video game companies being cool to each other, so Cooking Mama was made by a company called Office Create. And for their Switch game, Cooking Mama Cookstar, they handed the development of the game to a company called Planet Entertainment. So Office Create was just going to be like the publisher, and then Planet Entertainment would be the developer. Well, the thing is that Planet Entertainment made a version, like a build of the game that Office Create didn't really like at all. So they were like, all right, so we're gonna have to like change this whole thing. And then Planet Entertainment was like, release it? And Office Create's like, no, don't release it. And they're like, release it. So essentially, this fucking developer company released the Cooking Mama game without the publisher's permission.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it
like,
still up or did they take it down?
I think they pulled it. I think it's pulled right now. But like apparently the game was like not great. Like it was like really glitchy and like
I'd imagine
like,
it wasn't approved.
Yeah, Office Crate was literally like, no, this is not like the Cooking Mama game that the people deserve.
Because Cooking Mama has a big following.
Yeah, like, I love the Cooking Mama series.
As someone who did cooking stuff, I could also agree that I also enjoy Cooking Mama very, very much.
But like I heard about like Cooking Mama Cookstar, and I'm like, wait, there's a new game? Like when was that ever like said? Like at all?
I think there's been a Cooking Mama for each Nintendo console.
I don't think there was one for.
Was there not? Okay, I'm also just talking.
Yeah, it is not on the Switch eShop.
I thought it was.
So.
Yeah, no, I was pretty sure that they pulled it. But what was the thing that you were talking about?
Okay, so I saw it on Twitter, which might be the problem, right? So I saw that, like, I was actually looking up that, like, there was apparently, I guess it was rumors going around that the Cooking Mama game would be overheating people's Switches and bricking it because it was, like, farming for cryptocurrency. So I guess that was just a whole big rumor, and I look like a stupid fool. I know it was on someone's, it was a PSA from, like, someone's Discord. It was, everyone, this is urgent, apparently. If you own Cooking Mama Cookstars, uninstall that immediately. It's using your system to mine cryptocurrency and potentially handing your personal information as well as credit to a cyber shroom for the heads up. So it was some stuff like that.
I just looked up an article about it, actually, and I for one thing, I didn't even know about this bringing up this game, I wanted to say, but, it says here that, and there's, like, multiple sources, including the development company itself, that was just, like, a huge fucking rumor. Okay. It's not actually happening. Like,
cool, sick.
The game did
sick.
not do
That'd
that.
be nuts, though. Could you imagine? Okay. No, I look like a fool.
What? How in the hell? For one thing, how does a rumor like that even start? Like,
I think it was something on Twitter. Maybe someone heard something from a friend of a friend is how it normally goes, and they start like, oh, that's shit posting.
Imagine if Cooking Mama was the game that brought your downfall.
Could you imagine? Like, you at 1 minute you're playing Cooking Mama, then the next you have Bitcoin. Like, what?
Guys, I'm gonna be real. I'm looking at the eShop right now, and I think I have another. I have a big Bison Bucks eShop spending spree.
Really? In the middle of it?
Not right now. I'm just saying I'm looking at it.
In the middle of everything?
Well, I was looking because Cooking Mama, but now I'm just on the eShop and I'm like, damn.
There were a couple of games I saw in there.
Well, there's 2 Point Hospital's a game I was thinking about because it looks like a cute, fun little thing.
Oh, isn't that kind of like a simulator?
It's like a hospital tycoon, but like it's not as hands off as the tycoon games. It's like it's a lot more like kind of decided. Like you put the rooms where you want to put them, and like it's a lot more like cutesy and cartoony than the tycoon games. So it's not as, hey, make sure your money is good or the investors won't. You know, it's not like that.
I just had to double check and see if Bison Bucks were an actual thing. They're not. Just making sure, because I know they're from. It looks like I think they're from the Street Fighter movie. For every Bison Bucks will be worth 5 British pounds.
I'm gonna use my BAT credit card.
Listen, I think Bison Bucks are better.
Bro, I am convinced, like, you know how there's, like, all this shit of, like, oh, people are always, like, listening into your microphone to, like, recommend you and advertise shit to you? Bro, I'm not kidding. There's, like, 3 recommended videos on YouTube for DuckTales now.
That's terrifying.
Dude,
that's scary.
Dude, never forget the day that you sent me a link to a Steven Universe compilation. As Phil, yeah, you didn't hear this. Bottles one day messaged me a video of a like specific like Steven Universe compilation that I had literally been watching as he sent the link because it was in my recommended.
Oh my god!
So he sent it while I was watching, and I was like, oh!
What?
That's terrifying.
Like, I know that me and my brother, because, like, I think someone told me at one point, maybe it was my brother Josh, who was, like, said it's because we're, like, in the same IP. They'll do this where, like, my brother will tell me he watched a video that was in my recommended. And so it's probably because we're on the same IP. But, like, when shit like that happens, where, like, we just happen to get the same thing because we both probably watch a bunch of Steven Universe shit on YouTube. Like, when shit like that lines up, that is insane. Like, I could not believe, like, it's usually just like, oh, I saw that in my recommended too. But the fact that I was literally watching it at the exact time, I'll never get over it, dude.
Like, think about all the factors that had to have happened. Like, we've had to have been recommended the same video, watching it at the same time, and I had to have had, like, the thing to send it to you at that time.
Damn.
Like, the phone.
That's like the one video I was watching where the guy was talking about how he had like a super duper tinfoil Tuesday, like tinfoil hat kind of thing, where YouTube implemented the whole, I guess, recommended feed thing to like Leafy's YouTube like videos and stuff like that, where if someone typed in like Leafy, they would only find videos about him, not like actually his channel, which is like going back like very, very long time ago. And like that's I was like listening to that and I went, whew, that'd be nuts if that's true. Like they implemented some like beta version of like this whole system to one guy to test it because he was such a hot topic, in quotations, as I do it at my desk.
Bro, like, fucking Leafy recently coming back just to roast people.
Is that a thing?
Bro, he literally like made a couple videos recently about the whole thing with iDubbbz being a simp.
Oh, I see. I saw
then
that.
also-
I saw a bunch of videos on that and stuff like that.
And now there's a controversy with H3, and now he's roasting H3.
Oh wow, it's happened. The reversing.
So because we have been going for 2 hours and 30 minutes.
We have been going for a very long time, but I like it though. It's fun.
I wanna bring it back around slightly to
Oh, no, that's
Final
fine.
Fantasy VII thing. Because I saw this on my Twitter before and it was really funny. This person posted, maybe you've seen it on your Twitter feed, Phil. Someone posted, last night I had a dream about Rodney Dangerfield doing a Final Fantasy VII stand-up. And it's just, heard the young people are fussing about something called Final Fantasy lately. I tell you, what a thing to complain about, children's games. Give me a break. Wait until you get older, then you'll have something to complain about. When you're 40, you'll miss your Cloud Strife because all you'll have is your loud wife. I'm like, oh.
That's
so
pretty good. That's like the guys, people who take angry video game nerd stuff. If you've ever seen those ones are really good. What are some good ones? I don't know how I would look that up.
I even love like I'm so obsessed with out of context Twitter accounts, and AVGN out of context is like always the best.
Oh, there's a bunch of good ones that I follow. I guess it would be like what, like angry video game nerd copy pastas.
I love Steven Universe out of context. That's always good.
Nah, dude.
I'm done with rock.
Nah, dude. Regular show out of context, so very, very good.
I recently discovered Fairly Odd Parents out of context, which is so good.
Oh no.
But yeah, as Pete was saying, we should probably.
I'm fine with wrapping it up. So.
Well, because we have to export this audio file, Phil, and what you don't know about Audacity is that's gonna take a long time.
Yeah, but so this was episode 2 of the Enemy Controller podcast. I don't know how I ended it last time, but I guess I'll do something a little different every time. If you enjoyed this, I don't know, if you enjoyed it, that's cool. I don't know how I would do like a whole subscribe thing, since I don't know if I would have to or not. But I don't know if I promoted it last time, but you could also follow me on Twitter at PhilWithPhil69 if you want to. You warned. Some people get mad at me for being horny on main, but fuck them. I'm not a coward. So there's that. I'm not a coward. So that's why I do it. Now I bookmark things. Now I bookmark things, and I probably have to make a second Twitter to be more professional. So
Fucking, I don't care. Like, when I was at work, I had my phone open to fucking porn.
Yeah,
all the
I didn't
time.
go. At work, I didn't go on Twitter or Facebook very much.
And
I went
I'm on
my
a
phone.
sales floor. I'm on a fucking sales floor.
Yeah. But,
My fucking phone background was the lewd image I drew.
yeah,
For the longest time.
You just start showing people like, what do you think of the butt
What do you
cheek?
think?
right?
What do you think of the butt cheeks?
Dude, it was so funny because I'm like, what are they like? What? Oh yeah, you can't show that. I'm like, it's mine. I made this. I'm proud of my work. Get out of here.
I'm proud of my work. Damn it, it's up, judge.
What are you gonna do? What are you trying to say? Can't show my own work, huh?
And you can also follow Ant because he's using the GCN page as whatever. So I guess you can follow us technically there, not just him. I don't know if he has another one.
At game controller N.
That's probably what it is. Do you have another Twitter at all for your own stuff, or like just or do you just use ours? God damn it, every time. And then you can follow Pete at Days for Days if you really want to. Really want to.
That's on Twitter and on Twitch.
And on Twitch because he does, I think, stream every so often.
I do stream. I do drawing streams mostly. I actually, I think I'm gonna do when I do hard mode. I might stream Final Fantasy VII Remake hard mode.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's actually very fun. I gotta get on that. I wanted to. That's something I should have been doing in this whole downtime, but I never got.
Well, because I wanted to stream it when it came out, but I swear to God, I was like, I kind of just want to play through it. I don't want to have to do it when I stream. So I did that, but I figure, well, now that I'll have done the story, I'll just do hard mode on stream.
Oh, that'd be really fun. I will say I did check my phone during the middle of everything and use MP recovery materia. That will really help.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I think I was reading that before.
Okay.
So
we'll
do that.
See how that goes.
And this has been episode 3 of the enemy controller. No! This is.
Hell, you were doing so good.
I was doing so good. This has been episode 2. I guess I got a little excited for episode 3 because episode 3 should be a special one. But this has been episode 2 of the Enemy Controller Podcast. I almost said Blow My Cartridge Podcast because that would be really
As
fun.
you know, this has been episode 10.
This has been episode 69.
This has been the season. The series finale.
Guys, I can't believe we're finally there. We're at the 100th episode
of the Enemy Controller Podcast. But thank you all for listening in, and we'll catch you in the next episode.